come this way before. Travel through the open door. Circumstances navigate the path. And life happened oh so fast. No, it got lonely. Sometimes you see, I know we couldn't make it. Even when I'm off beat, I still land on my feet. And nothing can shake me. Cause I know life took a hold of me. I never. This is where I am destined to be. I'm not ready to give up. I believe in the miracle of life. Life's a play for no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games to play, can't take it personal. Cause the devil is a liar. I'm telling you the truth. It's all in what you do. Some things you gotta do. It's fight for millions. Take a second, see the blessing in it. From much expected, much is given. One to make the living, now I'm giving back to children. Never let the power come first before your happiness. Yes, you can be the best if you go the distance. Mix a little sweat with your persistence. You know that the best things are never instant. Just shine up, let them see your brilliance. Get up, open up your eyes now. It's the moment of truth. No backing down. We're bringing it to life. Oh, for the children, it's a given. You gotta give it, be a blessing.
This my personal statement. Run the game like I'm ASICs. Learn to develop patience, determined to be the greatest. Yeah, bobbing and weaving, they changing up like the seasons. Indigenous to the grind, so I do it for all my people. Tapping the competition, back up against the ropes. You fighting for recognition. I'm fighting just to promote equality where we lack it. Or cancer slowing our road. I'm confident we'll make it. We focus on common goals.
Yeah. Give back, give love, give something away. Never give up, stand tall to fight another day. 2 toes, 2 feet, I stand on the ground. I'm going back soon and fight this final round.
Nice to play with no rehearsal. Come for your road. Make it personal. Cause the devil is a lie. Hey. I'm telling you the truth, hey. It's all in what you do, hey. Some things you gotta do, hey, 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 hey. Bounce with me one time, hey. Love is the word. What's poppin'? DB, I appreciate you on the title, big homie. Always looking out for me, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Woke, love is the word. What's up, Sonny? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Hey, might as well give Sonny a welcome, man. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, man. Welcome. Oh, you subscribed to DB yesterday. Big Lloyd, we growing, big dog. We growing, Big Lloyd. What's up, Tank? What's up, Tank? Hey, if Tank filled out a job application, what do? Everything. What up, JP? I'm going to call you JQ, though, man. What's up, Mike Moss? KJ, what's up? What up, G Brown? Rob, what's up? Eli Zachary, man. We waiting on that move down in Texas, man. What up, Reggie O, man? I appreciate you, man. I went to your channel and caught up on the trial today, man. I had 2 leaks today, man. I'm moving and shaking, man. What's up, Bam Bam? What's up, D? Appreciate you. What's up, PPD? Hey, PPD came through again. What's up, Malik Shabazz? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. How you feel, man? And who else we got? We got part 4. Did he say 5-2 or 5? What'd he say? What's up, Rob G Films, man? City Slicker, man. What it do? What it do? We getting down to the nitty gritty. Who else we got in here? Southern T Boxing. Oh, man. Southern T Boxing. What's up, Marvin Rollins? Big Lloyd. Mac Wavy. I told you need to patent that name. Big homie. What's up, young world, man? Y'all pile on in, man. The guest is here waiting, man. He probably tired of my voice. King Randall in the building. Shout out to PPD, as he should. Wait till he see her in person. Oh, man. 21-year-old might lose his mind. Oh, my. Why you said that, brother?
Welcome to the show, man.
What's going on? What's up?
Man, I appreciate you coming on, man. I'm glad we was able to do this, man.
You inspired me. 21 years old, man, with a platform like that, man. I just want to say thank you from the depths of me. It's just inspiring the thought of the thought process, you know. And
yes, sir.
It was just refreshing when I woke up Monday or Tuesday, yesterday morning. I was like, man, I'm inspired, man. And thank you, man. So walk us through that, if you don't mind. You and Roland Martin, you guys had past interactions on Twitter and all that.
Yes, sir. Well, actually, I was a fan of Roland Martin. In the viral clip, that's what I said. I used to actually watch him quite often. But of course, I call myself a conservative, and he had an issue with that. But I had never, interacted with him on social media. I used to always just watch the show. And one of his panelists actually always, used to have me on her show constantly because of the work that I've been doing. Like for the past 2 years, she used to have me on her show. Like when I first started, like doing my work. And he tagged me in something on Twitter about voter suppression. And he was like, Black Republicans, this, that. And I was like, dude, I was like, I'm not a Republican, but like, what you want me to do about that? I'm just like, that's not my fight. And I don't really get into that. But a friend of mine who is a Republican, he him and Roland got into it or whatever like that. And he was like, I bet you won't have us on the show. And I was like, nah, Roland gonna get on there and, be cutting us off and start acting like a female like he always do. And the only reason I said that was because he had shared one of my previous videos like a few months prior and had called me an idiot for saying that, we should start trying to do for self in our communities and go, fix our own communities instead of waiting on, the government and stuff like that. And he shared my video and called me an idiot. And that's when I was turned off because I was just like, Roland, I was like, I'm a fan of this guy, but obviously that changed that day. So he invited me on the show. And my friend couldn't come because he's a press secretary for a congressman. And got on the show and I told him, on Twitter that wasn't my fight. I told him, I don't really get into the voting thing. I vote, but I don't look at that like they look at voting. They look at voting like if every Black person in the world votes, then we're going to have a change. That's not where I'm at. I'm just like, we vote, cool. But the normal everyday Black person that I interact with on a daily basis don't really vote because they don't see their conditions changing. They've been through so many congressmen, so many presidents, so many mayors, so many commissioners, so many county commissioners, and their conditions are still the same. They don't care. I'm just like, they want to see some real change. And he tried to, say I baited and switched him or whatever like that. But I'm like, no, I didn't. I answered your question. You asked me, what did I mean by do for self? And I gave you an answer. I didn't expect nobody to take that clip and make it go viral. I'm just like, the whole Black community agreed. And white people agree. So I was just like, you just messed yourself up there, brother, especially trying to bully me and things like that. And, of course, I kept it respectful because the boys in my program are always watching me. So, of course, I had a few things I could have said to them, but I know I have my boys watching me and I want to show them how a man actually, handles something like that. So I stated my piece. I said what I had to say and I just kind of, let it ride. I mean, he did what he did, but I was like, this is going to make him look like a real butthole. And honestly, that interview was like 3 weeks ago, and then it went viral like on Sunday. So it was quite interesting. But all the support has been overwhelming. Not because I'm happy that he brought me on the show, because people were able to find out what I've been doing. But I'd rather it had been in good spirits because I don't like having enemies and stuff like that. I don't want no enemies, especially if we all Black. I'm just like, we can help each other out. I want to help push those things, in our community. But if I don't have to have an enemy, I don't want one. But hey, if you want to beg to be an enemy, then you can be. So it kind of is what it is. But he's been saying a few things after this interview. He's still posting to this day about it, and I don't respond. I'm just like, I work constantly. I'm like, all I'm gonna do is respond with work that I'm doing every day in the community. He's telling people I'm pimping them and stuff like that. I'm like, they're not worried about you because they literally see the work that I'm doing on my page. Like all of my social, you see what I'm doing. I'm just like, you just talk all day and post your Cash App and your Venmo. I don't even ask for donations. Like I barely even post where our donation page is, and people are like, what do we donate? I don't ask for that because God makes a way regardless. So that's just kind of where we are with that. But yeah, it was an interesting interview. I'm happy that he brought me on, and I don't have any ill feelings towards him. I mean, he's still saying stuff now, but it's okay. I'm not gonna respond because talk always is gonna lose to work. So
no, you're absolutely right in terms of outwork the talker. When the cameras went off, what was the conversation like when the cameras went off, like as it pertains to y'all two?
We didn't have a conversation after that. When the cameras went out, that was it. I did invite him to come speak to my boys after at the end of the show. When I got off, but listening to the things that the panel said, afterwards, the stuff he was saying, and then the little slick talk on Twitter, I was just like, all right, bro, that's obviously gone. I don't even want you here, So I try to keep the relationship still, but you can't force anything. I just try to make sure we have allies in the Black community, not enemies. There's no reason for us to be beefing or whatever, but hey, it is what it is.
Well, now, who is King Randall, man? 21 years old, taking on a task like this. Who is he? Who? Mom, dad, aunties, uncles, grandma, grandpa?
Yes, sir. Well, my name is King Randall. My mom, she lives in Atlanta. My biological father lives here in Albany with me. My stepfather, Tariq Nasheed, called himself exposing me. My stepfather's a police officer in DeKalb County. And he posted talking about I'm an op and I'm an undercover agent or whatever. But that was interesting. But my father's an officer in DeKalb County. My grandmother lives here. I'm about to go meet my grandfather for the first time this weekend. My dad's dad, never met him before. Wow. He didn't know I existed. Gonna meet him the first time this weekend. But that's kind of my family. I'm from Albany, Georgia. I graduated 2017 from Westover High School, as well as Albany Technical College. I went to culinary school there, and I got my associate's degree when I was 17 for culinary school. I did time in the Marine Corps. What else? I don't know what else to say. But that's kind of an idea of, just like my personal life, who I am. So
why are you the ops? Can you elaborate? Because I totally missed that, because he has a big platform. So I'm real interested as to, because when I chop it up, number is going to be big too. So I'm just interested in why would he call you the ops? Because you have a parent that's a police officer.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess he just wanted to find anything to say, because people had been tagging him in my, the video and stuff for him to share it and stuff. But he finally was like, he needs to come clean about his background or whatever like that. And I have, American descendant of slaves in my in my bio. Yes. Yeah, but he don't like that. Somebody mentioned that he don't like the ADOS thing, because he, is about foundational Black Americans. To me, that's almost the same thing. I don't understand what's the beef, but two people started different little things with that. But anyway, so he's commented under one of my tweets and was like, he need to come clean about his immigrant background. I was like, huh? I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, I'm not an immigrant. I'm like, I'm from here. I'm like, I was born in Albany, Georgia, at Phoebe Putney Hospital. So he was like, well, so is your background immigrant? You have an immigrant background? I was like, no. I'm like, my mom was born in America. My dad was born in America. Both their parents were born in America. I had literally, my great grandparents were slaves. They were all born in Terrell County, Georgia. I'm just like, what are you talking about? Like, there's no no immigrants anywhere. Like, what are you talking about? So he goes to find his picture of a friend of mine and myself. We had on African attire at this African event. And I'm like, you found a picture from 2018 and talking about something, this makes me suspect your background or whatever like that. So then he goes on to find another picture. My stepdad and I, we were actually doing a bow tie and sock gala with it was a benefit. It was a benefit competition here in Albany, Georgia, with our local police department. And at the time, my stepfather was working with the FBI. He was an agent. He was just working with them with his unit at the time. And that was 2017. And they had my name. It was like King Randall, 17-year-old, and goes to Westover High School, and his father, my stepfather, but they said his father, who's a DeKalb County detective who also works with the FBI. And so he goes and posts that. I knew something was off about him. He's an ops and blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, what that got to do? What I said, what am I supposed to be informing the FBI of? That's what I'm just like,
gotcha.
What am I supposed to be saying? But yes, but he don't even work with them anymore. And he's about to retire as a police officer now. So I'm just like, okay, he just wanted to find something to say. I hadn't responded though, because I'm just like, I'm not about to respond to that. You can't beat the work. So
okay. So this is like a free speech platform. It's like no censorship and no filter. So people can super chat their questions or comments, and if you can see that, he says, because you say white supremacy don't exist.
Never said that. I don't know. Tyreek was saying like a whole bunch of stuff, and he got mad because of particular opinions I had about certain police shootings. And like I told him before, and I made mention on my platform, I was just like, you know, I've been an advocate for police brutality numerous times. I'm the reason Brian Overstreet's case was reopened here, in Sylvester, Georgia, which is about 15 minutes away. I started a whole protest about that. I'm one of the reasons Kendrick Johnson's case got opened back up. I went to interview his mom, and we did a viral interview at his gravesite. And I went to the funeral home to go talk to them about the stuff in his body with the newspapers. We also have My Boys in My program. We have painted the only mural in dedication to George Floyd in our city. I'm like, that has nothing to do with just because two particular police shootings that I didn't think that I thought was justified. He was like, oh, he's justifying police murders. I'm not one of those people that think every murder by police is wrong and all that. That's not necessarily the case. I'm just like, just because it was a white cop and a black person don't mean, oh, it's automatically wrong. No, let's look at the facts here, like straight up. Let's not look with the black white lenses. Look at this is what actually happened. And I always ask the question, would you tell your son to act like that person was just acting? And if they say no, I'm just like, exactly, you knew that was wrong. So let's stop right there, and let's stop playing and be for real. I'm just like, I understand. I've been an advocate for police brutality when I see that is wrong. But then when I see who's being stupid or whatever, that don't mean nobody deserves to die. Absolutely not. But sometimes we be being stupid. I'm just like, you can't do that and then expect nothing not to happen. And then it's just a lot. But yeah, he picked out 2 times I said that, but I'm not going to go give my record for him. I've done plenty in my community in regards to, helping the black community, but I'm not going to be one of those people that act like I got to be, a monolith and think like everybody else think. No, I'm going to give my opinion. So, but yeah, he picked out what I said about Jacob Blake and Rayshard Brooks and ran with it. So, okay, is what it is.
Got it. Man, you got a lot in your title, the X for boys. First, what does the X stand for?
Absolutely. The X means unknown. That's all it means. Our motto is let us make man. And so I'm teaching young boys how to be men. That's something they don't know.
Mm-hmm. Was it from are you familiar with the Nation of Islam, Malcolm X? And
of course.
Was that the inspiration or was X just a math equation from?
Yeah, it's like math equation. X means unknown in an equation or something like that. It just means unknown. And plus I just wanted something that was real catchy. At the time I was just like, I need something that people that sticks, the X for boys. So anytime somebody think of the X, they like X boys, X men, whatever. People got all types in it, but it's always got that X in it. So I just wanted something real catchy.
Now it's full school.
Absolutely. So, I can give you details.
Yeah.
So, with our school,
as if I haven't studied you, so that's why, so the audience can know.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So our school will be called the Life Preparatory School for Boys. We're just working out the deal with our school system now, where we're actually purchasing the school from our local school system. And what we're doing, we're actually trying to partner with our school system because they have the students that we want to serve. But we don't want it to be a competition type thing because we do have a all black school board, black superintendent, etc. We want to work with them. We don't want it to be a competition type thing because everybody wants to help the kids. They are in full support of our program where we live. So what we're going to do is try to work with them, like to become almost like an alternative to, their school. And we don't want it to be like any competition. We want it to be like we're working together. So they're going to help us with our field trips and, some of our lesson planning and things like that. So that way, everybody's good and working together. Because like I said, I'm always about allies. I'm not about that whole, trying to go against people, et cetera, et cetera. I'm wanting to work together. So this fall, we actually plan to open up for instruction during the fall. Our boarding school portion will probably open in about a year. We have to get all of our necessary licensing and the necessary accreditation for the boarding portion, but we will open up for instruction more than likely this fall. We just have to make sure all of our renovations are taken care of at the end of the summer. If not, it probably pushed back to like December or something. But with our school, we'll be remaining super transparent. So everything that's happening with our school, you will see at all times, from building to pressure washing to taking the letters off, putting a new sign up, letting up the flag. All of it is going to be super transparent. We don't want anybody to not see what's going on with our school. So if anybody's following me, they will see at all times what's going on with the school. Plus the boys will be working on our own school. It ain't like we'll have some contractors. We'll have contractors, but we'll be painting our own building, pressure washing our own building, doing all of that, like putting our own floors down, cleaning up our own school, cutting our own grass. I want people to be able to see that the boys are putting in their hard work, because we've, come so far from them, living in my home to us having our own school. So, that's where we are with that.
And what's your potential enrollment?
Absolutely. So I have to get with the fire marshal to see about us getting enrollment. I know we can have up to 400 kids on minimum.
Wow.
That's just on minimum because of how big the school is. But when the school starts boarding, we have to look at their sleeping quarters, et cetera, and see, about their, bedding and things like that, how much space we got to put in between them, all that good stuff or whatever. So then at that point, we'll know how many kids we can take for boarding. But as far as instruction, we know we could take at least 400 kids off top. That's on minimum. I hadn't got with the fire marshal yet, but we know on minimum it's a 36,000 square foot building, 25 classrooms, 11 acres of land, plenty of space.
Funding for it. How did this? I mean, please elaborate. How did the funding come about? First, who had the idea?
Absolutely. So I started this program 2 years ago when I was 19. Yeah, I started this 2 years ago when I was 19. And so I started this program because where I live in Albany, Georgia, at one point we were the fourth poorest city in the whole United States. And our crime rate at one point actually had got to number one for murder per capita. I mean, our city is only 77,000 people, and our city is majority Black. So it's about 74 to 77% Black people here. We don't own any major institutions here, but churches and funeral homes. I find that an issue. And I'm just like, or a few restaurants here and there, but most of our main facilities and institutions are owned by white people and or Jews or Arabs, et cetera. We don't own any major institutions. And I'm just like, this could be a real, something good for us, if we do it right. But I started a program because I've been going to all of these different community meetings, et cetera, to see, like, what could we do about the violence? I went to these Stop the Violence rallies, et cetera. But I started giving my ideas, but people loved what I was saying, but nobody wanted to go do the work. So I was getting booked to come speak here and there, but nobody wanted to do the work. So what I did was I dropped off grid and I made a flyer. I made a flyer for a field trip to the African American History Museum in Atlanta, Georgia on January the 20th of 2019. And I made that and I told parents I charged $20 for the field trip. That's to get their tickets, to both museums and to feed them. And plus, to rent the van as well. So I did that field trip for those kids. And it was so beautiful looking at the children. They were age 11 to 17, asking the questions, just being intuitive, et cetera, and wanting to get out of their condition. When I was talking to them, I'm like, dang, these kids really don't want to live like they live in. They really want to learn something. They just need some consistency in their lives. So I kept it going. I made another flyer on my phone. I said, I'm going to teach 20 young boys how to change oil. I said, oil change workshop. And I did it at my uncle's house. We had 2 cars there and we taught 20 boys how to change oil. And then after that, I did a brake change workshop. I taught 20 boys how to change brakes on a car. And from then on, I started doing workshops constantly. I had to use different people's shops and things like that. And then the summertime came around. And I had just lost my job. And I think that was God pushing me to do what I was supposed to be doing. I lost my job and, I had just bought my own home at 19. So I own my home as well.
You lost your job doing what?
I was a forklift driver. I was driving forklift at Miller Corps here in Albany. But I lost my job. And I was like, man, I got to do something, for these kids. I've been wanting to do something for these kids anyway. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a summer camp. I'm going to host it out of my house. I'm going to make me a flyer and say everything that I'm offering. And we're going to make it happen. So I said I was going to have a max of 20 kids. I made a flyer. I said, I'm going to be offering to teach automotive repair, construction work. I have land. My granddad helps me grow my own food. So I was like, I'm going to teach them how to garden. We're going to do field trips, et cetera, et cetera. And I put it on Facebook, took it to the different churches. I went to the schools and, gave them out, et cetera. And I had my 20 kids. I had 20 parents trust this 19-year-old kid with their babies every day from 8 to 5 during the summertime. And we learned everything. I taught them how to put in toilets. We did ceiling fans, sheetrock, flooring. We did automotive repair. We changed alternators, spark plugs, putting in new batteries, starters, everything, all in that one summer. It was so beautiful. We did field trips. It was awesome. you know, and I had so many people from around the community come donate us like water, and the school system helped me feed the kids. So they came and brought food to the house every day for us to help feed the boys and things like that, you know, and it was so beautiful. I'm right here in my dining room. I got me a small dry erase board. It was literally about this big, and I nailed it to my wall, and I taught every day vocabulary words. We did sentences, and we did Black history, all of that stuff. We talked about Marcus Garvey, and what's funny is we actually watched all the Hidden Colors. Me and all my boys, we watched Hidden Colors. That was interesting, but you know, those are some of the things that we did, you know, for that first summer. Then fast forward, out of those 20 kids that I had, 12 of them couldn't read, and I was like, y'all can't read? What's going on? I had a 6th grader who couldn't even read cat dog. And I'm just like, son, how are you in the 6th grade and you can't read or write? That was an issue for me, because I'm just like, how are you passing through school and you cannot read? So I started a book club. So I started reading Hill Harper's book, Letters to a Young Brother, with them. Wow. And Hill Harper actually reached out to us on Instagram at that point, because he was like, I'd like to do a Skype video call, but we didn't ever get that set up. But he was actively watching and looking at what we were doing every week. We did book club every week. The boys were learning how to read. Vocabulary was getting good. Then I started them a bowling team, because I was just like, I want to get them into some different sports, you know, and they can get scholarships for bowling, etc. at HBCUs and everything for bowling. And so we started a bowling team. We started doing that, and we were gaining a lot of steam. We did more field trips, more workshops. I mean, I was just constantly busy with the boys. So then fast forward to 2020, COVID happened, and I had to stop everything. So I stopped everything. And when I stopped everything, it was so interesting because I couldn't do anything. Like, I didn't know what to do. The boys were like, Mr. King, what we're going to do? You know, I'm just like, I don't know, but we'll figure something out. But the parents started calling me and was like, can you do something for the kids? And I'm just like, what am I supposed to do? Like, what you want me to do? I'm just like, I can't do anything. But so they kept asking. I was like, you know what? I said, listen, if I am going to do something with these kids, they're going to have to come stay at my house for the summer. And they was like, all right. So I went and bought 3 bunk beds. I put them in my living room, and we made it happen. So the kids stayed with me. I had 7 boys stay with me the entire summertime of 2020. I taught the same things I taught the previous summer. We went to a farm every day. We picked watermelons, you know, trying to get, you know, some exercise for them. I did a lot of teaching. We did field trips still. I taught them how to change toilets. We did sheetrock. I mean, everything. And one particular sheetrock tweet that I made, now mind you, all this I had never been posting on social media. But somebody kept saying, King, you need to post what you're doing on social media because this is special. And I'm just like, okay. So I finally started posting what we were doing, and I made a tweet about us doing sheetrock, and it kind of it like went mini viral. It got like 3,000 something likes or whatever. But people was like, King, they was like, hey, you need to make a GoFundMe or something. Now, mind you, I had already told my kids 2 years prior that we was gonna open us up a school. I said, I don't know how we gonna do it. We're gonna have some big boy faith, and we gonna make it happen. So I never knew how we was gonna do it. But we believed in ourselves. We kept doing all the work. We kept, you know, going to make a little money here and there. I mean, we was painting houses and everything. Like, we learned how to paint houses. You're doing
all this for free? You're taking the kids for free?
Yeah, I was thinking
field trips for. Where were you getting the money from? Would you take a second out on your home?
No, my mom would help me. The field trips, I would probably charge about $20, and I still would go in the hole for it. My light bill went up to about $1,000. When I tell you, God just made it happen. He literally just made it happen. Like, one time a pastor called me and was like, hey, I seen what you're doing on Facebook. I want you to come visit the church. And then he brought me to the front of the church. He was like, everybody just come give the whole offering to this man. And that paid my bills for like that 2 months, you know, and when I tell you God just made it happen, he just made it happen. No matter what it was, somebody would call and be like, King, come get this, you know, or I learned how to cut hair. I started cutting hair off of YouTube. I started being a neighborhood handyman. Me and my little brother, we got up every day. We went to go paint houses. We got up to go cut hair. We got up to go fix people's cars. This is what we did every day. Me and my little brother, he'll tell you, he was 14. This is all we did just to be able to feed the kids, be able to go on field trips, and be able to pay my bills. That's what we did. We made it happen every day. Like, I got pictures and everything. And so, you know, we was dedicated to it. His school was closed because of COVID. So we had to do what we had to do. You know, but we made it happen. I showed him, he's watched me have nothing and still make it happen. And that's why my little brother looks up to me so much. He's 15 now. He's taller than me too. He's like 6'1", brother big. But he looks up to me so much now. But that's how we made it happen, man. And so people asked us on Twitter to make a GoFundMe, and I was like, all right, bet. Made a GoFundMe, and we made like $10,000 like the first 4 days. Like, people started donating. So I was like, well, Guess I'll start going to look at buildings. I guess I got enough for a down payment. So we started looking at buildings around the city, and we found this one building. It was our old Red Cross building. It was a big building in the middle of the city, kind of where a lot of traffic was. No land, a lot of work that needed to be done, but we didn't see any other buildings that we liked for this location. So we was like, well, I guess we'll turn this into a school. So we started a rally around that building. And if you saw our promotional video, that was that building that you saw on the promotional video. So, I mean, we rallied around it. We was trying to raise the money for it, but it just wasn't working out. And I was just like, in December, we just killed the contract with them. We was just like, yeah, this is not going to work. This is not realistic for us. And we just passed on it. And somebody called me and was like, King, did you reach out to the school system to see if they have any old buildings that they're not using? I thought it's a good idea. I was good friends with the superintendent. So I called Mr. Dyer and I was like, hey, Mr. Dyer, do you guys have any buildings that you all are not using anymore? And he was like, yeah, we got 3 buildings up for demolition. I said, really? He was like, yeah. So I was like, can I tour one of them? He was like, sure. So we set up a tour of one of the buildings on the side of town where the children need it, on the side of town where I serve the most children, on the side of town, right beside the projects, etc. Already got crosswalk and everything. I went and toured it. The school is in immaculate condition. They just stopped using it 2 years ago. It has a few things we need to do to it, but it's in immaculate condition. 36,000 square feet, 25 classrooms, cafeteria, library, everything except the gym. I mean, it's beautiful. Plus, it has room for development. There's land around the school that we could buy eventually to be able to add on to it. Not to mention, we could add on to the school where it is because of all the land that it sits on. I mean, it's in great condition. I called some contractors out. We got a full inspection on the building. I mean, they were just like, the building's in great condition. You got a few, things you got to do to it, but it's in great condition. So I was like, Mr. Dyer, we want to do it. We want to try and get this building. So we got into our negotiations and we finally got to a deal. And now we're just working out the logistics, man. I mean, it's like when I tell you big boy faith, that's all we had. That's literally all we work with, like mustard seed faith, and literally made it happen. Like me and some little teenagers went and bought a school. I'm just like, that's how we make it work in our community. So I want us to be an inspiration to anybody else in the Black community that think they can't go do nothing. I just gave you a full story of hard work and determination from a 21-year-old and some teenagers that wanted to make something happen for their communities. We're not allowing nobody to make any more excuses as to what we can't do, because as long as you go and do something, you can affect change in your community.
Wow. Gone Postal 28 says, salute Fred. Peace to the young king. Absolutely.
I appreciate you.
No, man. And so you actually own the land. You're paying a mortgage on the land currently.
Oh, no. We buying the school cash.
You buying the school cash?
Yes, sir. I don't do payments. My mama always taught me, if you're going to do something, make sure you buy it outright. The only thing I pay mortgage on is my house. All my cars that I got are paid for. Our van, our school bus we just bought, all that paid for. I don't do payments. I don't do payments.
Do you have partners in this?
Right. And I just got partners because of so much steam that we have. But at that time, I didn't even have no nonprofit or nothing. Like, I was literally just doing this. I ain't know nothing about no, 501c3. No. I was doing this all by myself. My mom would help me. I call her and ask her to help me feed the boys. Like, bro, we had plenty of days where me and the boys was in here eating beanies and weenies, noodles, and like $5 hot and ready. Like, that's where we've been. We've been from the down to up. Like, when I tell you it's been a journey, it's been a journey. Like, we've been stuck on the side of the road. We went to Cincinnati. We had a flat tire and we didn't have a jack. And we were stuck on the side of the road for like 8 hours because the part of the country we was in at the time was like in the middle of nowhere. So we had to wait 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 hours for them to finally find a tow truck that was 2 hours away. Like, when I tell you we have stories, dude. Like, it's amazing, but hard work pays off.
And you paid cash for land and building and pipe and waters with the electrical, and
we're paying cash for this big old building. When I tell again, big boy faith. Yes, sir.
Have you closed on the property yet? Have you closed?
We closed on the property, I think May. I think we closed on it in May, but we already have the deal. They allowed us to say we're purchasing the school, so you can call them and confirm.
Statutory operational costs.
So our operational costs probably going to be looking at Well, looking at the cost for the utilities per year, so the light bill for the last 2 full operational years of the school was $36,000, which is not. It actually was cheaper than I thought it was going to be. The water and gas was actually not bad at all. That was about $500 a month. So all of that cost is already taken care of via endowments. The vice president of AutoZone, the financial officer, whatever he is, the CFO of AutoZone, Jameer Jackson, he's giving us a yearly endowment to take care of all of our utility costs, so that we don't have to worry about no matter how much it costs. He's taking care of our utilities and keeping the building operational. And then the school system is going to provide us with teachers that they're going to allow to teach our curriculum. They're just going to make sure that the teachers get paid. They want to make sure that we don't have to worry about footing that cost of trying to pay educators as well. So we're teaching our curriculum, but the school system is going to allow the teachers from their schools to be able to come to our school and teach for free. Well, for us for free, but for them, they get paid
through the school district. And you create your own curriculum.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Hold up.
I told him, I said, I want to create a partnership, and he made it happen. Like, I'm so grateful for our superintendent, because he's want this to happen, because he's just like, we need this. He was like, our boys need this. He's like, yeah, we got to make this happen. So he told us all we got to do, like when we need field trips and stuff, we can call the school superintendent, call the school system and say, hey, we're going on a field trip here. He said, just tell him how many buses we need and how many bus drivers, and they're going to make it happen, all the way down to if we need to feed them, etc. The school system is literally helping us push this private program. And that's the beautiful thing. Like, it's a private program that they're helping us push. It's just so beautiful, man. Like, that's why I believe in having allies and not, talking against nobody and stuff like that, because you never know when you're going to need somebody, man. And that's why I'm glad we have a black superintendent and almost all black school board. It's beautiful. Our mayor's trying to help us. Our city government is behind us. Like, our city is rallying behind the Expo Boys School because they know this is what we need.
I got a couple more questions, and the whole DB's on, the host is on. Hey, much respect to this young brother. I'm definitely supporting this brother.
If you see me looking down, I'm looking at the chat.
I know, I can tell.
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat. Yeah.
Hey, what's your Cash App, a link to donate? We must support this brother. You're absolutely right. Sonny, some schools demasculate young boys, right? Yeah, man, you're doing a hell of a job. But DB, I know he got a couple questions. What's up, DB? Go ahead.
Man, I'm enjoying listening to the conversation. I don't know if I can add any value to this conversation.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Reggie Owen says this is dope, and we're back to DB. Appreciate you, Reggie O.
Guys, yeah. So before the physical action, where did the thought and the idea originate for opening the school?
Absolutely. The idea originated for the school, or do you want to ask about just the program in general? Because I know that's.
Yeah, the program more than the physical school.
Got it. Yeah, so absolutely. Again, I saw a need in our community. Plus, I read a lot of books growing up, especially in high school. I researched Dr. King, Martin, all those guys wholeheartedly. And one thing that I do believe our civil rights leaders make the mistake of not doing is training replacements. And that's what I call myself doing now. I'm training our replacements, because imagine if Martin and Malcolm and those guys had like some apprentices, like 13, 14-year-old kids rolling with them all the time, teaching them all the time, molding them all the time. That's what I call myself doing now. I'm literally training our replacements. So whenever I do have to go start talking radical one day, etc., and they decide they want to off me, brother, you gotta have to drop a bomb on all these 3,000 other boys I done taught. You're gonna have to drop a bomb on their kids that they're gonna teach. That's the goal, training replacement. So you killed Dr. King, then you killed everything, because with nobody there to carry the torch. You killed Malcolm, you killed everything because nobody was there to carry the torch. So my main thing is training replacements, and these replacements want to be taught. They want to get out of their conditions. And I believe, again, I do believe there's some, space for working with adults, but I believe most of their minds are made up. And I believe most of the change is going to happen with our youth. I believe we're going to see a real shift in our culture, with our youth, because their minds aren't made up. The decision-making part of your brain isn't to finish developing until you're 25. So if you can teach them ahead of time, give them all these keys ahead of time. I tell people all the time, people think I'm so cool at 21. I'm like, well, no, wait till my boys turn 21. They're going to be bad. They're going to be some stand-up brothers, so I'm just like, you think I'm bad at 21? No, the boys in the Expo Boys, when they turn 21, bad. they're gonna be awesome brothers. Absolutely. So training replacements is kind of where the idea came, because I saw where our civil rights leaders made a mistake, and that's where I believe they made a mistake at, not training replacements.
Wow. We just go ahead, DB.
Is this government funded, charter, private? And also the brothers that you started the business with, like what are the qualifications, or is it just good brothers that you knew?
What business are you talking about?
The X for Boys.
Oh no, I started this organization all on my own. I had no partners when I first started the X for Boys, like none at all. I started it straight out of my house. And I just simply made flyers. I didn't even have like no LLC or anything. I just kind of started it at my house to begin with. And, you know, people started knowing me around the community for like just working with the boys and teaching them stuff. Then I finally did eventually get an LLC. And now, of course, we're a nonprofit. Because I didn't have all day. I mean, I was a teenager myself when I started the program, so I didn't even know about any of this stuff, and nobody was helping me. I was kind of just doing it on my own at the time. But the school it will not be government funded, not be a charter school. It will be a private boarding institution.
Got it. Go ahead, Fred.
Okay. Steel City Luke has a question for you. Congrats, young man. You made some questionable statements about George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. What are your thoughts now? I hope they have changed.
It's probably something Tariq Nasheed said. I never said anything about George Floyd or Breonna Taylor.
Okay.
I've said we have a mural. I said my boys and I painted a mural, the only mural in the city for George Floyd. And I went to the George Floyd protest. I got a live video I did from that while I was there. So I'm not sure.
Are you documenting all of this that you're doing in terms of building the school? And are you doing a documentary out of it?
Yeah, I have a lot of pictures. Now somebody's coming to do a documentary on us this summertime. So they're supposed to be pitching it to Netflix and everything for this summer. So I think that's going to be really good.
You want to pitch it to Netflix?
I think they're going to take it.
No, but I'm telling you, I think your voice is going to be bigger than Netflix.
I think so.
No, I'm not talking about on the initial. I'm talking about through the duration of the film. You understand? Like,
yes, sir.
It's man, you take that $300,000 from Netflix. I think you may be selling yourself. I done sold a few films. I think no. I'm being.
I hear you. Yes, sir.
My professional opinion. In 40 years, you can make $10 million off of that film. You understand?
I believe it.
You understand? And the licensing of it, they'll be able to license your name without you even knowing. You get what I'm saying?
I agree.
So everything you do, they monetize. No matter, you get what I'm saying? And
yes, sir.
Yeah. So you know that. But man, it's just extraordinary. And you said do for self. That was what caught me. And I know Elijah Muhammad says do for self, and I'm not sure if you're familiar with Elijah, but that was one of his great teaching things that he said in the past. Was that an offspring, or is just living in your community?
Definitely living in my community. Now I am great, friends with some brothers in the nation, and as well as, brothers in the Hebrew Israelites, etc. Now, one thing about our program, we literally have like the support of anybody. When I tell you that, I mean, like the other day I did an Instagram live, and some people, call themselves, think that's fishy because I have white supporters too, and I'm just like, you can't not like what we're doing. I don't care what race you are. And so I was on my Instagram live the other day, and I stopped the talking. I was just like, I want you guys to look at each other in the comment. I said, it's so many different kind of people, like literally under this comment section. I said, you have brothers in the nation. You got some right-wing MAGA Trump supporting conservative people. You got people under here, Hebrew Israelites, etc. I said, but all of you guys are literally agreeing with the same message. Look at this unity. I said, and that's why I'm so glad, about what we do, because as long as we agree that we all need to do something good for our communities, that's how I believe we can change. I said media and social media and all that stuff, it's doing that stuff on purpose, trying to divide everybody. Right. We don't gotta be divided. I'm like, look at y'all agreeing that we all need to go do something for our communities. That's all we gotta do. We won't need no politician if we all go and do something for our communities together, as a unit, So I'm just like, that's where I stand with that. We have support from everybody. But yeah, Elijah Muhammad, Minister Farrakhan, all those guys, I've listened to them. And I love the minister's words, very wise, lots of wisdom coming from the minister. I went to Savior's Day last year. I went to that last Savior's Day with Brother Ben X. He invited me out along with Brother Larry. And those brothers, love me to death to this day. And Brother Ben X actually checked some people, on the live about, there was like, he got a lot of white supporters, and Brother Ben X was told him a quote by Elijah Muhammad. He was like, well, the white man gonna respect you when you ain't asking him for nothing. So, that's kind of, where I stand with that. But I mean, the support and the unity piece is just beautiful. Like I said, we have supporters from everywhere, all across the country, of all different political spectrums, etc. So it's just beautiful.
And you don't have to answer because we answered this already. Church on the Move, he answered it like the first 15 minutes of the show. So just go back and rewind it, and there you go.
Yeah, he good. That's my stepfather, by the way, and no, he's not an FBI agent.
So do for self, man. It seems like your life and your actions comes off as your life's mantra, but take your time and how you morphed yourself into actually having the confidence to say on Roland Martin, when I mean, it's a broad audience, do for self.
Right. Some people have those people that always try to find anything wrong with what you say instead of just listening to what you said. So of course, when people heard the do for self thing, most people was like, oh, I love that. Of course it went viral and stuff. But you had those few people like, well, that's kind of like saying lift yourself up by the bootstraps. You must don't believe in reparations. Yada, 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 yada. I'm just like, that has nothing to do with reparations. That has nothing to do with lifting yourself up by the bootstraps. I'm like, my thing is just don't complain, adjust. That's what my manager says. Don't complain, adjust. We just got to adjust. And we know if we already know we got it 2 to 3 steps harder than somebody else, we just got to adjust. I don't have time for the complaining. I understand acknowledging, what's hurting us and acknowledging, the systems that be to hold us back. But I'm just like, I have to use what I have and make it happen anyway. So I'm just like, if I know, that a roadblock is there, I got to keep moving. And one of my favorite rappers, he's a local rapper, actually. His name is Cantrell. One of his quotes, it says, obstacles are only optical illusions. They ain't really there, but jump high anyway. Jump high just in case. We're going to jump high anyway. Name me another 21-year-old that's going to call a school system and ask for one of their schools. I jumped high just in case there was an obstacle in there. You got to jump, man. So that's where I stand with that. So I had supreme confidence in telling, him what he asked me. What do I mean by do for self? He didn't vet me before I came on the show. He thought I was going to come on there and just give some theory like most people do when they say do for self. No, I'm going to give you what we have done, so, and that's my thing. So of course he was caught off guard by that because you definitely didn't expect that coming from no young kid, but I just want to break that stereotype, that, you're young, Black, and American and can't go do nothing. No, you can go and do something. I had to tell my boys that because they be feeling like, oh, well, we Black, we can't, do no, you gonna go do something. And now you can't tell my boys they can't do nothing. You go ask them to walk to the moon. They'll go try and do it, because that's what I want to show them. You can go and do whatever it is that you want to do, and let you try to tell them they can't. They're gonna tell you real quick, well, my teacher can do anything. So, that's where they stand, especially my little young ones, my little 8, 9, 10-year-olds, they love me to death, because I show them what they can do, and I just want to make sure that they go and be prosperous and go be great men. So definitely having the supreme confidence to say that was because I've done something. You got the confidence when you already did it. So I'm just like, here I am. This is what I did. Now what? So Yes, sir.
What role does the government play in how do you, because people can't differentiate and or separate government and do for self. Can you elaborate the separation from government, and what role does the government play in a person's life or should play in a person's life?
Right. So when people heard me say, of course, I don't believe voting would, just change everything. He was trying to, make it seem like I was literally saying that we can, become our own, entity away from the government. That's not what I was saying. I never said that. But of course, he was just trying to find anything to say. What I was saying was we should, try our hardest to not solely rely on the government, because if we do, as long as you give somebody the power to feed you, you're giving them the power to starve you as well.
Shit all the time, man.
Yeah. So I'm just like, we have to start trying to graduate our way out of that area of needing them for that type of assistance. Of course, he was just like, well, you got to ride on the road. That's government. You got to do this. That's government. I'm like, dude, like, come on, bro. Stop acting like a female. Stop doing that. You know, I'm just like being funny. You know, I'm just like, come on, man. I'm not being literal. You know exactly what I mean by trying to remove ourselves from the government systems that we're claiming is oppressing us. I'm like, so if our school systems are failing, let's go start our own school. Well, there's racism in the hospitals. Well, why aren't we starting our own clinics? Why aren't we getting together and finding our black doctors and be like, you know what? We finna all band together and help you start a hospital. You know, I'm just like, even our bankers. Okay, we're gonna get together and start you a bank. Well, there's racism here. Well, why aren't we starting our own system there? There's racism in the Oscars. Well, create your own Oscars. There's racism in the Grammys. Well, create your own Grammys. I'm just like, my goodness. I'm just like, do y'all really believe that the white man's superior? Because if you can't not ask him for acceptance, then you honestly do believe he's God. That's where I stand at, because I'm just like, well, I don't care about asking them to give black people no award and all that. I don't care about their acknowledgement. Go create our own awards. But we don't recognize ourselves like that. We don't think something from us is like anything good. Like they don't really, I mean, they like the NAACP Image Awards, but they don't really care too much for them. It ain't no Oscar or no Grammy. Like these artists be getting whole mad by them Oscars and Grammys. I'm like, so what? You know you the baddest rapper out there. You know you the baddest actor. You acknowledge yourself and call it a day. I'll go buy myself a trophy and call it a day. But you have to look at yourself better. You keep trying to make yourself look different to white people instead of making yourself look different to you. You know, so I'm just like, you have to acknowledge your own people, and we have to think that we are worth something, you know, to each other. We have to look at our own, you know, opinions about each other and think something of it. Because I could say, you know, hey son, you know, I like that suit or whatever, and you be like, oh, okay, cool. But a white man comes say, hey, bro, I like that suit. Oh man, thank you. Oh no, you know. And I even tell people, I said, you ever notice how you give the white waiter a little bit bigger tip than the black one? Or when you see a white homeless person, you'll give them some money, but when you see the black homeless person, you be like, oh, they're gonna go smoke crack or something like that. It's the subconscious self-hate that we have, you know. So I'm just like, nah, we gotta fix that, man. You know, that's where I stand with that. So, you know, but separation of government and stuff, man, like, it's not a literal thing. Of course we can't do that, but we have to utilize the government, for some of the stuff they can get us, you know, for different like grants and things like that. Absolutely utilize that, because my thing is, if you want reparations so bad, look at that as reparations. I'm just like, these grants and all this money and stuff that is out here for us to get, go get it. I'm just like, go get it. It's free. It's a lot of free money out here for us to get if we have the right institutions, etc. Lots of free money. Go use that as reparations for your community. Go use that to go fix your community. Don't go use it for nothing stupid. Look at all these stimulus checks, etc. Why y'all ain't band together and go do something? I mean, it's only $1,400, but $1,400 amongst 20 people is a lot of money, you know, and y'all could go do something, you know. So I'm just like, come on now. So I'm just like, you got to go make it happen, man. You got to go make it happen. We got to make do with the cards we got dealt, not worry about, oh man, the cards, they messed up. Oh, I need to redeal. And I ain't got time for that. We going to get the books we can with the spades we got. So,
you know what I tell my son? I says, I say, if a nigga close a door on you, go build a house.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Fuck. I mean, fuck them.
I gotta.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, brother.
No, I always tell my son to say fuck him. He's sick.
Absolutely.
I don't say in those terms, but I'll be like,
I got you.
Fuck him.
Right.
Build your own house, man. You know,
right.
We moving and shaking. We moving and shaking
right
here. You know what I
mean? What's crazy is I have a funny story about the building that I bought. So when I was in the 4th grade, I won my school spelling bee. I won the school spelling bee in the 4th grade. And we had to go to, you know, you have to go to a different kind of B. Like I had to go to the county B at the time, like the Doherty County District B. Like, so for the ones who won the school B, all the school B winners went to the county B, to see who won amongst the county. So I went to the county B. It was at this location. And I spelled ratio wrong. And I was highly upset about that. I was in the 4th grade. I had never heard that word. I just didn't. So I had to got to the word ratio. And I spelled it wrong, and I was livid, you know, when I heard the way it was spelled, and I was just like, oh my God. But I was mad, I was crying, so I never wanted to go there again. I had to go there a few times because they used to use that building for like getting our high school transcripts, etc. So I hated going there. I always did. But lo and behold, how God works. Now I got the keys to it. Now I feel so good about it. And of course, when I actually went in the building, I went to the stage and spelled ratio right on my own. Nobody was there, but you know, that was for me. But that was like kind of sweet victory because I went and bought the school where I lost the spelling bee. Woohoo.
currently, that is fucking amazing, dog. Sure. Reese Lane,
sir.
preach King, preach on.
That's the GOAT. She the GOAT.
Oh,
Yep.
why?
Yes, sir.
Why is
Oh,
she?
bro, y'all gotta go follow her on Twitter. Y'all gonna see.
Got Instagram? She has Instagram.
Yeah, yeah. It's her name.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so go follow her and support her on Instagram. She's supporting the channel. Hit the subscribe button. Big Dog says, "Did the kids like the trip to the White House?"
Oh, brother, it was beautiful. It was controversial, but it was beautiful. They enjoyed the trip to the White House.
Mhm.
These kids that I had at the time, some of them I had from the juvenile court system. I actually started taking custody of kids from juvenile court, and 2 of them actually still live here with me now. But so I started taking custody of those children, and I had 9 boys at the time.
Listening to you, dog. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. DB over there, like, God, he hyperventilating over there.
So I had 9 boys that we went to the White House. We got invited or whatever. Now the community was a little up. Well, I say my Hotep community was upset. The main people of the community, they were happy. They were just like, it don't matter who's the president. You guys got invited because you're doing good work. It is what it is. You know, so we went. I mean, it was beautiful. We went, took a nap on the grass, and I mean, it was beautiful out there, dude. Like the grass, I guess it's like some type of special grass out there or something. But I mean, just everything about it was so great. I mean, the boys had an awesome time. You know, of course, they got to see the president and stuff. You know, again, he ain't the most popular person in the world, but hey, it is what it is. And the parents were happy about it. They got all their little White House invitations and stuff. It was beautiful. The boys enjoyed it to the fullest. As did I. You know, of course, people around the community had stuff to say about it and things like that. But I'm just like, I don't know what's up with y'all and these presidents, because I'm just like, I don't think no president cares about our community. So I don't even know why y'all even worried about whether it's Trump or Biden or whoever. I don't care. I don't think none of them trying to, you know, work for black people. But, you know, I guess that's what media does to you. So
I always tell people, go to the origin of the logo that's on your shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Like when people say, "Oh, you did this, you did that," because in my opinion, like freedom creates mental opportunities, right?
Right.
So because you work for yourself and grind for yourself, your aspirations is going to be it just moves different. Not that it's high. Right. I don't want to get into the conversation about, oh, who's better, who's more. No, it just moves different.
Right.
And when people always complain, because I get this a lot about the decisions I make, I say, but who's the owner of the logo?
Right.
That you work on? I'm sure they have managers. Have you did your homework on every manager that works for that company? Every employee that works for that company?
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think we get caught up in that small town thinking. And I think when you're dealing with kids who like me, I went to inner city high school, then I went to Venice High School. That was the first time I've ever seen a white kid in my actual school, you know what I mean, in my 11th grade year. And not that white person is the example, but it broadened my horizons, because it's the first time where I didn't walk to school where graffiti, liquor store, gangbanger, graffiti, liquor store, gangbanger. You know what I mean? Because I grew up in South Central LA. And I think the more visual, spiritual, physical opportunities you can give a person, not just a child,
right,
just a person, it enables them to make greater decisions upon making the impossible possible, you know? So,
right.
So kudos to you for just having the ability to think outside of your zip code, you know? And that's why, DB, go ahead, man.
Woo! I'm going to ask you 2-on-1. What did you gather from Savior's Day? And the second question is, do you have any interest in sitting in any political chair?
Absolutely not. I used to want to be the mayor of our city of Albany when I was like in high school. That was a dream of mine. I used to want to be the mayor, but as I began to understand the political process growing up, I understood that the mayor here doesn't make like any major decisions, for one. And I come to understand that the biggest change that I want to make really is going to lie with the children. So I've completely released any political endeavors that I wanted to have. I used to want to be the president one day when I was in high school, but you know, and I got voted most likely to be president in high school, but you know, I got rid of that, because when I started working with these kids and started seeing like where the change is really going to happen, I let that political stuff go. I don't wish to run for anything. And some of my boys, they may want to run for something one day, and we're going to support them wholeheartedly. That's what we're going to do. But for me, no, absolutely not. I don't have any more political aspirations. I want to strictly continue training our next generation and keep coming up with new ideas to keep teaching them. And for Savior's Day, you can't even say like no one thing about Savior's Day. Like when you go see the minister and you go be around all that brotherhood and stuff, like it ain't even really no one thing I could just say I got. Like it was so much love and so much teaching, all these different workshops. And I can't even tell you honestly. I don't really have an answer for that. Like if you know the nation and know what they're about, even if you don't, not a member, because I'm not a member, but I was, of course they used to help all the time. They've come to marches I've done. They've done security for me before, at my different functions and stuff. They've been helping me a lot. They've helped me a whole lot. But again, they believe in brotherhood, regardless of if I'm, a member or not. They've always supported everything that I've done across the country. I've been on a lot of their podcasts and shows, etc. They've always supported the X for Boys. So I'm definitely, a big fan of them and, what they've helped us accomplish as far as in the city of Albany. They've helped us do self-defense classes. Everything. And they've never asked me to join, never tried to convert me or anything. They've always just supported what I was doing. But Savior's Day, man, I really ain't got like no one thing, but I just tell you, it was beautiful and you should go one day if you can.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. That's great, man. And shout out to the Nation of Islam, I guess, for supporting you and also for
always
that environment for the brotherhood. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what do I have for you here? Oh, I watched one of your interviews and you said everybody wanted to hear you talk and nobody wanted to do work. Who were you referring to?
Just like some of the people in our city. And I don't mudsling or anything like that. So I definitely wouldn't like call nobody name or nothing like that. But like, it's just people in the city, as, most older adults that I was around at the time, giving ideas to. It's just nobody wanted to get down and dirty like I want to get down and dirty. Like, and I'm not saying everybody got to go take custody of kids from jail and all that stuff. I'm not saying that or whatever, but doing something is better than doing nothing. I think even just doing something, something small, even if you just find a kid, and, that's not yours and be like, hey, mom, can I take your son to school every day and give him some wisdom every day, give him something to eat, take a load off from the mom. And just any little thing. Just finding a family to feed once a week, just something. You can go do something. So that's where I stand at. For those people that want to complain about our boys in our community and didn't want to get out with them, that was an issue for me. And I just stopped going to those meetings. I kind of distanced myself from everything that was going on with, our community little meetings and stuff, because nobody wanted to get out here and do the work with the kids that was, committing the crimes. So I've been with these kids who got Grand Theft Auto charges and second degree robbery. And just all these charges. The only kids I don't work with is ones that may have like a violent, offense. But other than that, every child, I've never had a case I couldn't work with. I've worked with children with autism, Down syndrome, all of that. So I hadn't had any kids I hadn't been able to work with. But honestly, I'm like, if I can do it, anybody could do it. So why are we making excuses as to why we can't help our boys? So, when I say just some of our local, people didn't want to do anything, they just, I guess somebody needs to show them the drive. I don't even want to say, they didn't want to do nothing. I'll say they probably just didn't have a driver. They hadn't seen it done yet. Because now it's been done. So now I want to see, are we going to step up to the plate, and work with our children?
Right. So in terms of like reading comprehension rates and math analysis and the testing, how do you do that?
Absolutely. So for our school, I'll tell you some of our percentages. So we have an 86% reading comprehension rate, 0% recidivism. And also with our automotive repair skills and construction skills, they all have developed. So what we have to do is get like one by one, see how many kids are attending the workshops, ask them questions before workshops begin. What do you know, as far as working on a car, et cetera, then asking them after they get finished. Plus after, watching the practical application, how many of them develop, you know, the necessary skills to be able to say or get the certificate that we give them. Okay, I know how to change brakes. Okay, I know how to change oil. Okay, I know how to change the ceiling fan. Okay, I know how to change the toilet. So it's just kind of closely monitoring all the students. But of course, when the school begins, we'll have a whole formula for that. We haven't developed the full formula yet. Obviously, we aren't all the way there yet. But when the school starts, as far as math and reading, social studies, etc., we'll have to develop a formula to make sure we're monitoring that. Our curriculum will be ever evolving, meaning we will never have a just set curriculum at our school to teach our boys. It will develop as our boys develop. I don't believe you should try to make the students work around a curriculum. No, we need to work our curriculum around how our students are learning. So if I have a set semester of students here that learn this way and the curriculum is working for them, then the next set comes and the curriculum is not working for them. We got to rearrange that curriculum and figure out how can we best serve the students that we have. So.
And earlier you said you considered yourself a conservative. What does that mean? And also, what's your stance on voting for Black people?
Absolutely. So the word conservative, you know, of course they've tied it to, you know, white Republicans and stuff like that. That's not necessarily what it means. I honestly think all Black people are conservative. I always ask the question, do you believe in conserving family? Do you believe in conserving manhood? Do you believe in conserving your women and children, protecting your communities and stuff? That's what I mean by conserving.
You're a conservative.
Yeah, I'm just like mission. you conservative by almost by nature. I'm just like, if you're faith-based and Christian and stuff like that, you're conservative, whether you like it or not. I'm just like, that's what you are. But media has tied that word to white Republicans. I'm just like, I believe in conserving my family. I believe in regular, you know, man, woman, children, household. I don't believe in none of this stuff trying to give these kids puberty blockers and all that nonsense or whatever. You can miss me with that. I'm gonna keep coming. I'm gonna say it again. I'm a conservative because I believe in conserving our way of life. You know, our Black way of life. I believe in conserving that. You know, so that's why I call myself a conservative. It doesn't have anything to do with a party. I'm an independent. You know, that has nothing to do with a party. People all immediately make that Republican. I'm like, it's not Republican. That just means I believe in conserving our family. I believe in conserving our way of life that we used to have. You know, so that's where I stand with that and conserving what we do have left of our families right now. But of course, with voting, I'm in support of voting. I do believe it's a strategy. We do need those people in the area, you know, in those areas fighting for those rights to make sure we're able to vote and fighting for voter suppression, et cetera, et cetera. But, you know, again, I said the body has many different parts. So and my fight is with children, and for other people and activists in our communities, I support them when they're fighting for voting and things like that. I always tell them, just let me know when they need me. And that's just like, again, they don't ask me to go fight that fight, because if they have children they need to work with, they come send them to me because they know that's my fight, you know. Right. So that's just, we have to work together with that. But I definitely believe voting is good. We do need to vote, but seeing it as a be all end all, absolutely not. I definitely feel like real change, real systemic change in our communities is only going to happen if we do it for ourselves.
Yeah, you spoke about the Nation of Islam showing you support and whatnot, but what other organizations have showed you support, and primarily like in terms of finances?
Absolutely. You have Israel United in Christ. Some of our churches, our local churches, have supported us. I don't really have like a list of like organizations that have supported, but I will say a lot of RBG Black people have supported our community. We have some big companies here where we live. Some of our restaurants have supported us. Some of our factories, our local Nissan dealership has supported us. We have a huge support base in Houston, Texas. Ensira Chevrolet down in Houston, Texas. They're a big supporter of us. Patrick Klein's at University of Texas and San Antonio is a big supporter of ours, but we have support from all over the world. We have articles in Italy, New Zealand, Canada, Australia. Got articles we can't even read, you know, about our program. So we have support from everywhere. I can't really just like name off like direct organizations. I know Lowe's is about to start supporting us. And I just said that, you know, the vice president of AutoZone, Mr. Jameer Jackson, Black brother, rich brother. So I love for my boys to see that, supporting another young man that he saw our organization and wants to help out. So, you know, we have support from everywhere. I can't even really just name like all the people that are trying to support our program.
Okay. I know you're going to get out of here really soon, so I just want to ask this last thing right here. We heard what your vision is. Do you already have a mission statement for your school and company? And also, in 10 years from now, where do you see Randall King, and what will people be saying about King Randall in 10 years from today?
Well, I will say, for our mission statement, I want it to be perfect. I've been looking, I literally have like about 10 things written down because I've had people ask about it. I'm just like, no, I need it to be right. I need God to give it to me, so I have a few things, I have written down, as far as a mission statement, but I hadn't got it yet. But it will be done by the time the fall gets here, because we want it on the wall, painted at the school. But as far as 10 years from now, I honestly don't know. That's a little far stretch because I didn't see myself here 2 years ago. I knew what I wanted to do, but again, I didn't see myself here. I will say I have like little small things I want to accomplish. I do believe every birthday I have a goal. I have to beat myself the year before. So this year, I got a school or whatever like that. So when I turned 22, I got a full year to try to beat the year 21. And that's my, goals for myself, is just to beat the previous year, of my life. I want to make sure I'm ever evolving as well, and always a student. I always want to make sure I'm always learning at all times. I don't never want to think I know it all, which is why I have a council of elders that advise me, on decisions I make. Plus, I don't feel like I'm an adult yet. I do believe you're an adult when you turn 25. Well, for a man, your decision-making part of your brain doesn't develop till you turn 25. So, of course, I still, consult elders for counsel, because I need to help with these decisions. I don't know everything. So I definitely believe, I need counsel there. But 10 years from now, I have no clue what's in store. I do not, but I want to make sure I buckle up the seatbelt for the ride.
and that's a ride we're going to enjoy sitting in the passenger seat for, man. And
yes, sir.
Reggie Owen says, keep up the great work, Black excellence. And sometime in the fall, come back, man. We're going to do like a cyber telethon on here, man. We're going to donate some money to you, man. And
I appreciate it, brother. Yes, sir. And then also, I would love to get y'all like even down to the school one day, man. Mm-hmm. I think that'll be dope.
How far away are you from Atlanta?
We only 2.5 hours from Atlanta.
So you fly in, so you don't fly into Georgia, you fly into another state to get there closer?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like, okay, so what happens is whenever I live in Albany, Georgia, our school is here in Albany, Georgia. Whenever we have to travel out of state, we have to take a connection flight from here to Atlanta. Anytime we fly, our airport here only goes to Atlanta. So we have one plane that leaves every time. It only goes to Atlanta. It's only about 20-minute flight because obviously it's right there. But it's about a 20-minute flight. But then from Atlanta, we go where we need to go. Or if you're trying to come to us, you just fly to Atlanta, then take the connection flight, 20-minute flight down to Albany.
Oh, so is there a state closer to Albany than the city of Atlanta?
Florida. Florida's very close.
You're south. You're south.
Oh yeah, I'm very south. I'm almost at the Florida-Georgia line.
Okay. How far are you from Fort Lauderdale, out of curiosity? You don't know.
Look, not right off top, probably like 3.
Okay, so
about 3 hours.
So Atlanta is the closest. I am inspired, man. I am thoroughly inspired, man. I
appreciate it.
Say thank you, man. It's just great to have you on.
I appreciate you, brother. I'm glad to be here. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and please come back. We're gonna raise some money for you in the fall, man. PPD will reach out to you, man. And man, stay optimistic, please, man.
Yes, sir.
Man, let us old folks be Debbie Downers, man. You please stay optimistic and inspire those kids, man. Because my boys are my heroes. They keep me bing. They keep me on go. Yes, sir. That's totally what's up. Because I was a school teacher for 7 years, man, and I wish I would have thought to open up my own school. I was teacher of the year, won every award, LA Times, every newspaper came to my school, and they laid me off. But if I would have, I never thought of owning my own school till I got about 35.
Wow. Yes, sir.
So you were 20 light years ahead of me, and just keep going, man. And we really, really want to support you. Really, really want to financially support you. So if you ever down and out and you just want to come on the shop and just get 10 minutes of inspiration.
Yes, sir.
Sunday to Thursday. And in the fall, we're going to do a telethon and donate.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. And I would like to say, I know I said this before on an Instagram video, but I would like to address it again. I've said before, I know people always have the comments about Dr. Umar. And I love him. I love Dr. Umar, regardless of, his little, whatever. But I love him, and he's inspired me a whole lot. When I was like 17, 18, I started listening to him, and he kind of brought me out into the light, as far as, being woke at the time or whatever like that. But my thing is, I'm just like, we don't have to talk about him to, lift up another black man. I'm just like, we don't have to do that. And I tell people all the time, one school is not going to save the whole black community. We need my school. We need Dr. Umar's school. I don't care how long it, have taken or whatever like that. I understand, what some people are saying, but I'm just like, end of the day, we're still two different people. We still got two different types of things that we're doing, but we still got the same goal in mind. That's just furthering our community, so I'm just like, you don't have to talk down on somebody to, lift somebody else up. I just think that's childish. And, how we going to stay on code in the black community when we all got some slick to say when somebody trying to do something. I don't like that.
Right. At the Champion Heart, you want to say something to him, Champion Heart? Is that what you want to do? You falling asleep, man. What the hell are you doing? Can we get him? He probably just want to say something on behalf of the chat. I don't know what he want to say, but can we just get one response from the chat? Is that okay? King Randall?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Go ahead, man. He falling asleep over there, man. Falling asleep,
man. No, man, I wasn't falling asleep. I was just listening to the young brother.
I know.
He's definitely ahead of his time. I want to say I would like to meet this young brother's parents, man. Salute to his parents.
I appreciate it.
This type of mindset, you know what I'm saying? I'm not I appreciate what you're saying and not about not bashing people, but I do want to say that I thought that was foul what Roland did, and you handled yourself well, young brother. I appreciate it. Yeah, that was definitely cool, the way you handled yourself. And again, I just thought that was foul, and I just want to let you know that I will definitely be supporting you, and keep doing what you're doing, young brother.
I appreciate you so much, sir. Absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Salute.
And DB, any final words for the young man?
Thanks for coming on, spending some time with us, man. Stay motivated and keep pushing forward. And I like what you said about, or what you didn't say about Dr. Umar. I appreciate that too, man. And that's what we need, man. We need that. We need collective efforts and to continue to work together. So yeah, continue doing what you're doing.
I appreciate you, Mr. DB, and all the good questions too. That's great questions. Absolutely. I loved it. Yes, sir.
Great question. Appreciate you, man. And PPD will be in touch, man. Thank you so much for coming on, man. And thank you for whatever y'all did behind the scenes to make it work today. Thank you, because our schedule is jam-packed, man.
What's crazy? Well, I'm gonna thank my assistant Alexander. He put it together for us. But what was crazy was we got confused because when he hit me, he was like, me and my boys was at Six Flags yesterday because one of my boys had turned 16, and we had changed 90 we did 90 oil changes that Saturday, and so yesterday we did Six Flags. But we were actually trying to beat a record at our local not car dealership, but automotive repair shop. So yeah, that's kind of how that went. We did 90 cars, but the record was 108. We're gonna come back though. But I just want to make sure we good. But yeah, I ain't got nothing else to say.
But thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
Man. We look forward to supporting you, man, for sure.
Man, I appreciate you. Absolutely. I appreciate you.
All the time, dog. Appreciate you. Man, what an inspiration. My heavens, man. Are you inspired or are you inspired?
That was awesome.
Man,
I love that brother, man.
Man, what a solid brother, man. Wow.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was great, man. Yeah, man. And so yeah, I'm pretty sure people want to call in or beam in and respond and all that good stuff. Are you staying on?
No, I'm not gonna stay on. I'll call back in.
Okay, for sure. Whew. Everybody inspired, man. Everyone inspired. Hey, all you guys asking those questions, he answered it at the top of the show. Y'all came in late. FBI agent. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something about being an FBI agent. FBI agent in America saves people's lives. I mean, you can. Everyone associates the FBI with people who's infiltrated Black Panther Party, and those are demons too. Black Panther Party, Nation of Islam, who else? Martin Luther King, SNCC, wherever you want to go. They have done a hell of a job at infiltrating. But to make every FBI agent a conglomerate for negativity in our community is wrong. If that's the case, you got Bloods and Crips in your neighborhood that you need to go talk to. You got dope dealers you need to go talk to before you get to the FBI agent. You understand what I'm saying? I think we need to just see the big picture and everything. You know what I mean? We group everything up, and I know I was guilty of that in my younger days. Oh, everybody is this, everybody is that. Nah, it ain't, man. Listen, so that means every coach is bad that is in the NC2A because the athletes don't get paid. That means every coach that's in the NFL is bad because there's only one coach and one owner, one coach. You know what I mean? Start with local. You're going to drive by 10 gang members before you get to your job tomorrow. Trust me. You're going to drive by 10, 20 kids with their pants halfway off their butt because guess what? It's spring break. Start there. Please start there, because I think once we start attacking what this young man is doing, how can you not be inspired? How can you not be inspired by a 21-year-old man that's doing things I aspire to do? As I told you guys, I just bought a building in February, and I told myself in 10 years, that's going to be a school. This man is doing stuff at 19, 20, 21 that I aspire to do at 50 years old. Oh, man. And so did the Bloods and Crips flood your community, and so did drugs. Remember, it was always a choice. We always have choices. We always have choices, man. We always have choices. Okay. That has infiltrated our neighborhood. So has Bloods and Crips in South Central LA. So has the Vice Lords and the what's it called? The Black Stones or Peace Stones in Chicago. Black Peace Stones. Thing. What's up, man? What you got, man? Speaking of Chicago, what's up, TB? I got you next, Kyle. What's up?
Oh, man, I just wanted to be real quick, man. Hey, listen, man, Fred. Man, listen, bro. Like, it's crazy. I literally had thought, like, man, you should get this guy on the show, and then you literally get him on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to call in real quick, man. Just give your flowers, man. To say, man, that was a hell of an interview, man. You done it again.
Yeah.
And that's my call. I'm back in the chat.
Appreciate you, man. Oh man, it's it was an honor to have him on. It was an honor to have him on. I think you gotta. We always omit free will. We always omit free will when it comes to us versus the government. We always omit free will. And I'm overstating it because we are overgeneralizing in the chat. We always free will means it's our option. Do I believe the government has done some things? Shit, come on, man. Yes. But when you have an outlier, like this young man, an outlier, this is like less than we just brought a man on that is less than 1% of our American civilization as Black people. Less than 1%. I wouldn't care less if the man was a Nation of Islam member, a Christian, a Catholic, an atheist. This man at 21 years old will have a population of 400 kids. I haven't taught Lincoln how to change oil yet. And I consider myself an above average father. This man, I mean, sometimes I think we just gotta, Oh man. I think, man, now in a year or 2 years, if something come out of the school that comes out disingenuine or something like that, I think then there. But I mean, like, this man done dealt with hundreds of kids and we haven't heard anything yet. Shit, that I give this man, he's getting my money. He's getting my money. We made a small contribution today, PPD and DB on half of the barbershop. We made a small contribution today, but we're going to bring him back on, and hopefully we can raise hundreds, if not 1,000, 1,500, because I'm going to tell you something. I got you in a second, Kyle. I'm going to use me as the example, and then I'll go to a broader scale. If my uncles had told me changing oils and tires was the coolest thing to do, instead of fucking 15 girls when I got to college, instead of being average in school because I wanted to talk like I was cool, and I wish I knew how to change a fucking tire and oil at 15, 16. I had to teach myself that. My mom didn't really have shit. We barely had a car. You know what I'm saying? So we had a Pinto. My mom's first car was a Pinto. If you know anything about Pintos, you know what it's all about. So I'm willing to bet, and this is just a guesstimation on my part, Freeway Rick Ross probably wanted to own a business, probably wanted to start a franchise. But maybe there was lack of examples, opportunity, and he chose to sell drugs, and he made $1 million a day. I worked on the film. He made $1 million a day. And when you have a man that's 21 years old who created the opportunity and who's allowing the kids to have vision, guess what? That Freeway Rick Ross that he's teaching right now, guess what he gonna have? He gonna have a franchise of auto body supply stores, because he knows how to change oil. He knows that, or he's gonna be. You understand what I'm saying? So I think that it's just so important. It's so important. It's so important that we model, that we allow these young brains to inspire and encourage us. It's so important. It's so important. So important. We so quick, and my old ass too, I'm 43. We so quick to correct behavior. All our old motherfuckers in the chat, we so quick to correct behavior. We all are in our old age, because guess what? We don't have the energy no more. So we use our mouths and shit. You know what I mean? Let this motherfucker be great. Let this motherfucker bend a piece of metal and throw it across the Atlantic Ocean and fly these 400 kids to places they've never been before. How about we do that shit? How about we do it? The parents in his community trusted 20 kids to stay in his house. Now, guess what? It's going to be 40 kids next summer. Well, he got a school now, so they don't have, but you get what I'm saying? And that's how it starts. Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad, Martin Luther King, Booker T. Washington, W.E. Du Bois. It probably, when it probably started with a conversation with a friend before they got the thousands to follow, the millions to follow and believe in it. It started with a friend. Hey, you think we should? Yeah, man. Hey, let me take you to the Boys and Girls Club real quick. Let me take you to the YWCA, the YMCA. And then it just grows and grows and grows and grows. What's up, Kyle?
Boy, he made me want to quit my job and go back to Job Corps, boy.
Well, he inspired you to get a haircut.
Nah, I had this before, nigga. Yeah.
My bus.
Bruh, listen. Remember, I know we talked about this before about me working at Job Corps and me helping young brothers change their life, but I ain't never did no shit like this, man.
Never.
Yeah, motherfucker, dog.
He a bad man. He a bad man.
Ooh-wee.
He a
Hey,
bad man.
Fred, man, listen. I know what he said about Dr. Umar Johnson. I get all that, but dude, we've been waiting years for Umar Johnson at school. Brother man ain't even 25. Ain't even 20. He just now been able to get a drink on his own.
Yeah.
Fred, we ain't shit, Fred.
Right.
Bruh. Like, I do that stuff with my little brother and my little cousins. You know what I'm saying? Like the stuff that he talking about. And ain't no oil changes. I still don't know how to change oil. I take it to the agents up the street. For all that, you know what I'm saying? And so as far as like helping people out, they my family members. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like an obligation to them to help them grow and become something better. He don't even know these kids, man. He taking them out of juvenile hall and moving them in, man, so they can be better human beings. That's special, bro. I mean, that's special. Shout out to Patty Dean again. Dude, listen. Man, Patty Dean is amazing, bro. I mean, when it comes to getting these guests on the show, and you and DB do a great job asking questions, man. I mean, this is a great interview, bro. This is a great interview. I seen that little clip with Roland Martin. Man, Roland Martin ain't shit for that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Instead of building this young man up and trying to figure out what this young man needed to go further and help the young black men of his community, he tried to shit on him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just glad we got platforms like this that showed you, like, okay, he doing something good, man. Everybody not this is some Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad type stuff, dog. You know what I'm saying? I know it's not no religion is involved, but the saving of black young men, we got to share this, man. That's special. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, listen, I'll be honest with you, man. When I started having kids, I stopped giving a fuck about other people's kids. To be honest, I'm just being real. And he really inspired me to get back into helping kids out again, man. Because like I told you, remember the other day I was telling you, I said, man, the job that I have, it pays well, but it's not fulfilling. Working at Job Corps didn't pay shit, but it was fulfilling. I felt young. I felt like I was doing something. I felt like I was giving back to my community. You know what I'm saying? But then, like I said, when I had kids, I was like, man, you know, fucking kids. And you know what I'm saying? Not to say that, but I'm just saying, like, for real though, I was like, man, I gotta take care of my own kids, so I need to get a better job. But like I say, like, I really miss working with the youth, man. And this dude inspired me to just go back and start coaching again, man. I mean, that shit was amazing, man.
It was amazing. It was simply amazing.
That's all I kept saying in the chat was, this dude is amazing, bro.
I mean, yes, man. Dude. I mean, what more can you say, man? Damn.
Bro, the man owned his own house at 19 years old, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, at 19, bro, I have a pot to piss in, a window to throw it out of, a yard for it to land on, bro. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get my first car until I was 24, and that was a 1999 Ford Taurus. You know what I'm saying? That's amazing, bro. I mean, whoever his parents are, man, they did a hell of a job, man. And shit, man, this dude here, I mean, smart than a motherfucker, man. And that story about him losing that spelling bee and buying the very school, man, that's man, shit. And you said it right, man. Fuck Netflix, man. You can do this on your own, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? If they gonna give you 300,000,
they own them. They own them. If he sells that and it's his first project, whatever he does moving forward, he goes off and becomes owned, because he's gonna be so many more people gonna want to be more attached to him. You're gonna find all them Atlanta, Georgia rappers, and which is great. You know, that money, they coming to see him, and everything he does, Netflix gets a kickback. People gonna go watch it. People gonna do this. I mean, more people gonna know him. But imagine they going to his website and buying it for $10. You know what I mean? Because guess what? He got 400 advertisers every day. 400, that's 400 homes advertising for him every day. And with social media and them tweeting, them posting, shit, they go viral on their own. If he say at 2:55, it's social media time. Everybody grab their phone and post right now. Tag the school and post. What are we doing right now in the school? And he tells them what to post. That's 400 people times they followers. They got 100 down. They just touched 100,000 people in 15 seconds. Every day he should do that. I told a pastor to do that. He had 55 members at his congress. I said, tell everybody when you get done preaching, tell everyone to repost your sermon for 15 seconds. He got over 100 people at his church now. And every day, if he reposts that shit every day, that's why we know a Happy Meal makes us happy. Because we heard the commercial from birth till I'm 43 years old, Happy Meal. And guess what? McDonald's ain't a restaurant business. It's about they property, location, they're a real estate business. They just happen to put a restaurant on it. Location.
Hey, man, that make my hey, listen, man, my kids, man, my daughter, McDonald's. If I come any bag that I got, man, she talking about fries and
yeah, facts.
Hey,
my kid's no different.
Man, that dude's man, he was inspiring, man. I mean, dude, that was I was hoping you dropped the link, man, because I just want to tell him.
I did drop it. I dropped it twice.
I never seen it.
I dropped it for you when you said come on in.
I'm out there, man, because
Champion Heart saw it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Fred, you doing a hell of a job, man. I'm man, this shit. Patty Dean, man. Round of applause, standing ovation.
About her sweater too. COVIDly committed. Drop the link, PPD.
I get paid tomorrow, but I'm getting the one with the red on it. I'm getting the one with the little red on it. I already went to the website, boy. I had to. Yeah. You got to worry about Kyle Davis support. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Hey, listen. I'm soon as Tuesday hit, I'm getting me a hoodie. I got some shoes to match it already, so I can't wait. And man, I mean that's amazing, man. The way she's able to get people on here, and not raggedy folks though. We're talking about like top level people come on this platform, and
well, it speaks to the quality of woman she is.
Oh, for sure.
You get what I'm saying?
That's a fact. And let's not forget, man. Again, Fred Hawthorne has broke news again. You know what I'm saying? The very people that hate him, that don't like him, they are forced to share his content. You know what I'm saying? You gotta love this shit, man. In the words of the great philosopher Frederick S. Hawthorne, you can't make this shit up.
You can't make this shit up. You can't.
Dog,
yeah.
I mean, it's amazing, man. They gotta put that barbershop conversations after every quote. This happened on Barbershop Conversation. The biggest thing, the biggest boxing news of the week happened on a little ass YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? How about that, Fred? You know, you just a little YouTuber. You know what I'm saying? You're just a little YouTuber, Fred.
And everyone in here crazy for supporting me, right?
Hey, you just a little YouTuber. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know. Now listen, this is the funny thing, right? I love Andre Ward, right? But he's been a boxer, he on ESPN, all the shit. And a little YouTuber is more popular than Andre Ward.
Right now, I mean, he's probably more popular.
I mean, no. If you think about it, listen, think about it. Think about all the stuff that he had to accomplish to be.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, from that perspective, I get it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
in context, I get it.
He had to be a world champion. He had to be on ESPN, and you just a little YouTuber. That's what he said. You just a little YouTuber, but you You got to listen. He ain't never listen. His whole time on ESPN, he ain't never broke no news bigger than what you broke last night.
You're right.
The whole
I agree.
boxing world is talking about the big announcement that's happening this week on Top Rank. It's been shared 100 times. As far as on my Instagram, I know it's shared way more than that. I'm just saying on my Instagram alone, you I'd have seen it 100 times. You know what I'm saying? You know, I always send you it too. I already sent it to you, and I laugh like, man, yeah, man.
Yeah, we doing this, man. We building. The goal is for us to build, man, and have a big ass village.
For sure, man. You doing a hell of a job, man. And man, you doing a hell of a job, brother. You know what I'm saying? And
man, we did this.
Movie Mondays, man. We're gonna talk about some movies. We're gonna talk about some fantasy fights.
We ain't did movies in a long time. What's up with us? We doing so goddamn much on this fucking channel.
So you know,
got to get back to them. I missed them black cinema films, y'all.
Yeah, so we doing movie Mondays, man. We talking about boxing films, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I like to do like versus. I like to do like versus. So I like to do like fantasy fights and fantasy. You know what I'm saying? I like to do all the fantasy shit.
Okay.
So right after Fred go off, hey Fred. Now I want to tell you this. I got to tell you this too. I almost forgot to tell you. The other night that was some bullshit, Fred.
What?
Y'all motherfuckers was on about 10 hours, nigga.
7 hours. Oh, just 7:44, 7:40. It was.
I said, well, damn. I guess I ain't going live. I'm taking my ass to sleep. I stayed up all fucking night. I'm like, damn, this nigga still up. They still on. I mean, it was good. It was good. It was good stuff, man. It was great. But I was like, damn, brother. Well, it's hard to go behind. It's hard to go behind that.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, Ananda wanted to stay on, man. So I mean, DB was having a good time. I didn't hear his voice cracking. You know what I mean? So we stayed on. You know what I mean?
No,
we had a great time, and Ananda was lively the whole time.
Yeah,
it was great. It was great. We're gonna do it again one day.
One day we got to get another a female correspondent up in this piece, man. Like
once my website is done, I'm gonna start expanding into like a bunch of news. We have people accountable for news stuff and all that stuff. Yeah, it's definitely.
Are you gonna do away with YouTube, or are you gonna do both?
Well, I'm gonna use them till I can't use them no more. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm just not gonna be like dependent upon them. You know, the website would have been done. It's just that she's 7 months pregnant. You know what I mean? And she's working on Patty Dean stuff, and she's working on somebody else's stuff. I shouldn't have referred her. That's what I shouldn't have did. I should have kept her all to myself. And my website would have been done by now.
You know what I'm saying? Are you gonna do away with YouTube once your website is up and running?
No, I'm still gonna have YouTube because it's a free resource.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? But what's most beautiful now is I'm gonna have YouTube to leverage my platform, to leverage me. You get what I'm saying? Right. So now if anything happens, y'all know, I'll just go to the Barbershop Conversation. You know what I mean? That's the name of the website, the Barbershop and y'all know I'm there every night, 9:00. No big deal. Same thing. Same way you build a brand. Same way I built the brand here. Same way you build the brand. And now y'all know I'm just one click away. You know? So yeah. Kyle, you need a dog.
You said what?
You need a dog.
I need a dog. I got too many goddamn kids for a dog.
That was the first thing that popped up on the comment section.
Shit. Well, I got too many goddamn kids for. Well, I do got a little dog though. It's my mother-in-law's dog, but
okay. Yeah. All right, Kyle, you leaving?
No, yeah, nigga, I'm out. You know, it's hard to say goodbye, man.
I know it's so hard to say goodbye.
Oh, shit.
Yesterday.
Right after Fred. Yo, movie Mondays.
What time you want me off? Asking. I didn't say I gotta oblige, but I'm just asking. Reggie only says wrap it up, nigga. Wrap it up. Reggie only says.
Hey, Reg. Fuck you.
Yeah, tell him the truth. Why don't you? Oh man, what an inspiration, y'all! What an inspiration, man. Are you not inspired? I want to go teach Lincoln how to change oil, but I ain't got no cars that got oil. Well, I got my Honda. And I ain't gonna have it because Lincoln ain't gonna have a car that got oil in it too while he in high school. I'm not dealing with that shit. You know what I mean? He gonna have an electric car too. So But these are just these manhood conversations, man, that we need to have, man, as it pertains to raising our kids. You know, I taught myself how to do all that shit. You know what I mean? And I thank God that I'm able to afford employees to help me run my businesses. But when I first started, I had to drywall that shit, get a stick, hold it, get a stick, hold the dry. Man, I did all that shit, man. You know, and it's just real refreshing, man. And I already had I'm doing a summer program in Lamert Park this summer. You guys are I'm doing it with Fernando Pullum. He and I have been talking about it for the past 3 weeks. And it'll be dropping. It's probably the first week in May. We're gonna do it all summer for the kids. So expect that to be coming. So I am doing something similar. And I'm just overjoyed right now that this young man I'm overjoyed. So on his own dime. It's beautiful. So feel free to come back to this anytime you want, but the topic says Terrence Crawford. Here's what I believe. I believe that Terrence Crawford is going to fight Manny Pacquiao. Earl Spence is going to fight Ugas, and they're going to fight around about the same time Wilder fought Fury to leverage the Super Bowl and the NFL. So that's just what I believe. But I love all the conversations that's been had on YouTube today. I didn't get a chance to see them all, but I saw the titles of y'all videos, and because as y'all saw, I've been chopping up videos all day and posting them. Y'all saw it on the channel today, and it's real refreshing. It's real refreshing that we have something to look forward to. You understand, as it pertains to boxing, man. If it's Manny Pacquiao, Terrence Crawford, I'm excited. I'm excited about that fight. You know, that's orders of operation. So now we can eliminate some variables now for the interim. You understand? Well, I mean, some people say it's Keith Thurman. That's fine too. If it's Keith Thurman, then orders of operation. Some people think it's Sean Porter. If it's Sean Porter, I'm fine with that too. But now we get the what they do when they said the man walked on the moon, one small step for somebody, one whatever he said. It's important that we move forward. We already know Earl is fighting Ugas. I just hope that it's not on pay-per-view. I hope that fight is on free TV, because in actuality, in terms of public perception, fans are going to say, not the fans that's on YouTube every day, not us, okay? Not us. There's a percentage of sport fans that just goes to big events, right? They're going to say, well, and let's say hypothetically he's fighting Manny Pacquiao. Crawford beat Manny Pacquiao and Manny Pacquiao beat Keith Thurman, right? And it's most recent. So if they say, how was that fight 60-40? How was that fight 6? Fans are going to say, no, that's a 50-50 fight. Terrence Crawford beat Manny Pacquiao, who beat Keith Thurman, and that's most recent. Earl Spence beat Sean Porter September of 2019. He beat Danny Garcia December of 2020. And he just beat Ugas, because Ugas is somewhat of a downgrade from Sean Porter beat him, right? So that's somewhat of a downgrade in terms of that fan base. So now it's going to be the pressures of just making the fight now, especially if Terrence Crawford looks like a world beater against Manny Pacquiao. Oh shit. We got, and whoever wins that fight, I want them to be a world beater. I want them to look sensational. I want them to look amazing. When I say amazing, I want them to look amazing doing it. You understand what I'm saying? And And that way it puts eyes back on boxing. And Terrence Crawford has his seat at the table. Earl Spence gonna get his seat at the table when he beats Ugas. And hopefully we get the man down, Earl Spence, so he can look sensational against Ugas. And now we got the fight we've all been waiting for. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That fight has to be next. That fight has to be next. It's nothing nobody can do or say about it. It's nothing Crawford can say about it. It's nothing Spence can say about it. Because now we are in a position where the fans gonna say, if you do anything else, we ain't supporting it. And it's one of the few times in boxing, y'all say it happens a lot in UFC, where everything has aligned up. What the fans want, how much the fighter's gonna make, how much the promoter's gonna make, how much feel free to call in too. The phone lines are open. How much everybody wants. Everything is in that one fight. So that's where we're at, and I believe as a where we're at. So whoever Terrence Crawford fights, and if he is successful, we got Terrence Crawford, Earl Spence in February next year. First week of March, late February, that fight is going to happen. You understand what I'm saying? And there's nothing. I don't give a fuck what Earl Spence say. I don't give a fuck what Terrence Crawford say. The fight is next. There's nowhere you can go. And whoever he doesn't pick is shit out of luck. So if he picks Manny Pacquiao, Keith Thurman and Sean Porter are just lost. You know what I mean? They're the biggest losers in this. You understand? Because now I don't think anyone is asking for a Sean Porter fight. I don't think anyone is asking for a Keith Thurman fight. You understand what I'm saying? We're gonna watch it because it's free. I'm not passing up no I'm not turning down no free fight. I mean, that's great entertainment. Whoever fights Sean Porter, whoever fights Keith Thurman, but they're not in high demand. And I even think if they fight each other, I don't think that it would be in such high demand. I think they missed that boat. You know what I mean? I thought they should have did a rematch, you know what I mean? And just set and been the most popular guys in boxing for about 6 to 8 months. If they would have did a rematch and took 5 to 6 months off, all we would have cared about is Porter, Thurman too. They would have been the most popular fighters in boxing because they would have got tagged in all these fucking videos leading up to their rematch. So what's up, Pound for Pound Sports and Entertainment? What's the point of Pat getting stripped? I can't answer that question. I know how Bob Arum is with the WBO. Al Heyman has a relationship with the WBA. You know, you can tell by how his champions has been moving through the WBA. You know, he got a lot of champions with the WBA, from Leo Santa Cruz to Tank Davis to the other guy out of the other 35 kid out of Brooklyn. He does good with the WBA. It appears to me. He's obviously not as entrenched as Bob Arum is with the WBO, but he's I mean, Bob Arum got the WBO on lock. You know what I mean? So that's where we're at. I mean, he intentionally put that wedge blocker. If you guys heard him yesterday, he intentionally put that wedge blocker with the WBO. So he gets what he wants out of that neck. So the 140 champion will defend against Cotrell. Is that the guy he want? So, and he got what he want by allowing the WBO to concede. So anyways, that's where we're at, man. I don't know what's the point of Pat getting stripped, but that's just a guesstimation. You guys know I'm just working on my common sense. I ain't speaking as if I know. I actually could call Bob and get the answer, and he would tell me not to tell anybody. And I wouldn't tell anyone, but it's just, I'm enjoying the suspense of this. I'm really enjoying the suspense of, like, man, who is he fighting? And I got you in a second, Brandon. I just think that with the team going over to Dubai this week, I think that The announcement's going to be made in Dubai, and it's going to be Terrence Crawford versus Manny Pacquiao. It's just what I believe. I could be wrong. It's either going to be June 5th or July 17th, somewhere in there. It's just what I believe. And Manny Pacquiao fought July 20th, so I can foresee Manny Pacquiao fighting again in July. So it's going to be somewhere in July against Manny Pacquiao and Terrence Crawford. That's just what I believe. But it's fun. But that's the catch. If it's a trash match, we like fuck them. You know what I mean? But we'll see. You know, if I'm Bud, I'm mad. It could have been for a unification. Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. But Manny Pacquiao is Manny Pacquiao name is sufficient. You know what I mean? What's up, Brandon?
Peace, what up, Fred?
Hey, how you feel?
Man, that was a good interview. I was in and out of it. I wanted to ask the brother a few questions. I had seen a couple posts about his father and his background. I want to ask him about his background with his father, but I missed that. They said his father's an FBI agent. I want to ask him about that. But outside of that, so you believe Bob is gonna give Pacquiao $20 million? You don't think that's gonna kill the budget and that type of thing? Because Bob was bitching about losing money on Terrence, and now he's finna go back deeper into the red with him. You believe, or do you believe that outside, like Dubai, is gonna finance the show?
Well, it's two-pronged. If he's in Dubai this week, maybe Dubai picks it up. And two, he also said a key word that July starts his fiscal year, and it's going to be on paper.
Oh,
So you got to pay attention to when he's talking about. So when he says July is the beginning of his fiscal year, he got new money.
you're right.
And if he breaks even on the pay-per-view, he ain't mad at it. Obviously, he wants to make money, but you know, I mean,
But
go ahead.
do you think the pay-per-view, because Manny's declining and Bud does never do well on pay-per-view? What interest would this fight have? Is not for a unification. It's just for, I mean, Pacquiao just fought Adrian Broner and Keith Thurman. So I think he done more numbers with Broner than he did with Keith Thurman.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, basically we saying that Pacquiao's in line for a $20 million payday, and also he will probably be in line for, I guess, some back end. I don't see where Bob. I don't see the money correlation, and I don't see, because of what he says about Bud and how Bud makes money. I would want to see. I want to see, what does he mean. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand how you're gonna put it together. But once you said that the budget, that is new money, I guess you could start over and basically give Bud and Pack the money. But I don't know. I think we're gonna be in for a surprise announcement. I think we're gonna get somebody like you don't think it's gonna be Josecito Lopez, anybody like that? It gotta be a top tier opponent.
I mean, at $80, you get 500,000 pay-per-view. That's $40 million. I think we're more in the market of 350. Be honest with you.
225.
I think a little more than 225, but I think about 350. Name recognition on Manny Pacquiao was very high. So you're looking at $28 million, because you got a guy like me. I'm buying the fight, and if I'm buying the fight, I speak for the lowest common denominator. You know, I speak for because I'm very frugal when it comes to money. So $28 million. So you're looking at $28 million. And now you're going to have a site fee. So I think that they're in a good spot. They're in a good spot.
Okay.
$80 times 350,000 pay-per-view buys. I think they're in a good spot.
Yeah, that's what I was wanting. I just want to see how the numbers will line up. Because if the numbers don't line up, then we know it ain't packed. Because that's always been the problem with. That's the reason why they didn't fight the first time, and or whenever they was trying to fight, or whenever Bud was trying to get him. Bob was always talking about the money. So I'm glad that that was a good point that you made. A good caveat that you said his fiscal year starts over. So that's new money. So now you also, before I go, Fred, we're gonna have a hot show tomorrow, man. I'm excited. It's gonna be a lot of people watching. So I'm
Coach
excited.
Cam,
Sir.
Coach Cam is on tomorrow.
Dog, I thought Dr. Wesley was on.
No, he's on Wednesday.
Oh, I work at night, man. I'm sorry. My days.
But you're right. You're right. It's tomorrow for you. So you're
my days are kind of.
it's 12:50
Oh,
for you. So you're right. Tomorrow he will be
yeah,
tomorrow, but you're at the genesis of today. So
yes, sir.
you got some.
But man, I'm excited for that, man. I really, because I want to see what you're gonna ask, Dr. West. I'm gonna give you a little insight.
I don't need no.
I do know.
You already know.
No. I know, and we ain't finna go there. I'm gonna get off the front. But he's on executive council.
Yeah.
So ask him about that. Ask him about being on executive council.
I know about it. I asked Dimitri Muhammad about it. He's on executive council.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he was maybe a month and a half ago.
Yeah, I kind of saw that. Oh, all right, Fred. Well, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for what you got coming down the pike. I'm really excited, and man, keep your foot on their necks, Fred. Keep us inspired.
We will.
Shout out to the third. Peace and blessings, and man, you know I'm gonna be tuning in. I'm hyped. So let's do this, Fred.
Oh, you are. Shout out to the third for sure. Shout out to the third for sure. Yeah, man. If you're not inspired by that 21-year-old man, jeez, my gosh. Hey, what up?
What's up, Fred, man? I got to call in and give you props on that show, because I was a little leery, man. I was like, man, knowing he was coming from the show, I hope this ain't just a brother bash fest. And the young kid, I know he was 21, because I still ain't seen that Roland Martin thing. I've seen little snippets of it, but I don't like watching that shit when I think people of a great mind, especially black people, can be of a great mind, go at it with each other. And I thought Roland was wrong for that, and I still rock with him. But for this kid to be 21 and then to speak the way he spoke, to being like he don't find the need to want to drag the brother down, that's righteous shit. And salute to his parents. And then also, we're talking about his parents. Ain't nothing wrong with being an FBI agent. Saying the FBI informant. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's a job to provide for your family, and it's a job, as long as a brother in there, that's one job less of having to deal with a possible bigot getting that position. So salute to his parents for becoming FBI agents. But back into it. But the other thing is the statement he made about what failed the civil rights movements, and it's a factual statement. It's the fact that without them grooming other leaders and stuff, when you knock the head off the side, and I think it's very, very important to groom leaders, not to just be the centerpiece or just the figurehead of a movement, but to develop other ones around it, to where you spawn a movement. You just don't create a central movement, and that's some profound shit, especially at 21. Like, I wish I would have pushed for something like that. I wish, and especially where we come from, it's much needed to have someone of this age to pull young kids in. I think it's a very, a super vital thing, because the one thing that really hampers our plight within this country is what we don't do, like our absence, because we deal with the absenteeism of a parent, but that's also flourishes throughout the community. There's an absence in our community.
Sure.
There's a effed up mindset in what we push as culture, what's popular. And it also makes me think about the little girls. You seen a video of the little girls the other day with the carjacking?
No, I didn't watch it. No.
Oh yeah, but like, even like thinking about these little girls who steal the old man's car and crash it and kill him. And I'm like, man, the thing is there's an effed up culture. What drives these young girls to think about stealing someone's car? You deal about the culture that pushes this gangster shit, this wild shit that causes girls to do some stuff like this, to run off with it. Now their lives are ruined. Like, we got an ill culture, like you was talking about when you went to Venice High School. Why is it that we got to go outside our community to find better ish for ourselves? And you can't blame the parents that push kids up out of there. To find better ish for ourselves is to move out of our communities, to find better things in school, to not have to be sweated about where you're from, seeing the writings on the wall, that you got to go to white communities. Ain't nothing that, and black folks can do this. This ain't no white-ish pushing this down. And poverty don't mean you got to act like a bum. It's because you come from less privilege from economics. Black folks have always been at their height when they've been poor. But I think with black folks being poor and being too drawn up on materialism and other shit to want to be like other things. Because when black people get it, the first thing they want to do is fake like they rich. You put $10,000 in a nigga pocket, you gonna act like he drive Lamborghinis, Porsches, and Rolls Royces. And I hear the other ill shit about, well, we wear chains to make excuses for why we rock gold chains because we come from African royal. That ain't why we wear that shit. Niggas rock that shit to fake like that, to hide away from poverty and shit. And also use it down to kind of shit on other people. Black folks gotta wake the fuck up. So that shit, hearing that from a 21-year-old and hearing that he's grooming other people, not trying to be their leaders, but to groom them. So that, like he stated, if he get knocked off, it ain't shit to worry about. These other kids are right here trailblazing right behind him. And that's the way that America works. America operates the same way. That's why you ain't gonna be able to defeat. It's a complex well. They developed this shit to where there's not, nobody knows who runs. If it was to where America was run by a singular person, you don't know who it is. It's too complex. And that's the way that you operate. That shit was enjoyable. And the fact that he would not, even the brothers who talk ill to him, the way he responded is the way black motherfuckers should respond. And that was all that I thought when I seen the show. Like, oh shit, here we go with some old bash fest about two black motherfuckers who have high level ways of thinking going back at it. Because I see that constantly with Tyreek, I see it with Umar, but these are profound black minds. But it's so common because of what we come from is people that we find ways we got to pit ourselves against each other. Oh, I do it better. My group against yours. Like, nah, niggas can think alike. You ain't even got to cross in each other's lanes. Move how you move. Stay out the other person's lane. Or at some point, merge the two concepts together. Otherwise, keep moving because the purpose is still the same purpose. You may not be able to reach everyone, but you're reaching enough. Like that shit was enjoyable as hell right there. And it was beyond what I thought it'd be.
Well beyond.
Man, absolutely. Well, people on the real, that shit was well beyond what I thought. And then hear him 21, like, damn, this dude talking like this. Like, God damn. That's what I'm talking about. It comes with parenting. You got to push that. You got to push that parenting shit. You got to be strict on kids at times. You can be strict, love your kids, but ensure they learning shit. Ensure they learning shit, because the thing that's going to fail these kids would not, that's why them girls out there carjacking and shit. They ain't getting nothing, even like you said, there's kids in there.
The modeling.
Yeah.
And I heard that they were Instagram live in it.
Yeah, somebody was recording they jacking them. And when they killed this dude, the first thing these girls talking about, where my phone and shit. It's a behavior. And it's not just that it's these girls' fault. These girls were programmed that way.
Never had a chance.
They ain't talking about programming through TV, programming through the neighborhood. The neighborhood's program is fucked up. Even where I come from, only thing that separated me was watching my neighbor get killed. It's the only thing that separated me as a kid, watching him get his fucking head blown off. That's why I said I'm different than a lot of niggas. I ain't got caught up in that gang shit, but had that shit not happen, I'd be full-fledged on some street shit like the rest of the niggas I grew up with. But they ain't seen shit that I seen as a kid, and it shit changed me instantaneously as a young kid watching that shit, knowing there's some ill shit that takes place in our community. We didn't grow up around white folks, but it's an ill teaching to where we taught to hate niggas over here. And I was talking about how LA used to do with the news shit, where they'll put the gangs on TV, go to different neighborhoods, and there'll be, I forgot what that little segment was, it was run on Fox, and niggas be in their hood, like these moments to like really show off to other hoods of how deep we are, how about it we are, flashing guns. I ain't afraid to die. F these niggas pulling out guns, and then they had these young teen kids fighting. This is how they get put on. But what they doing is showing the rest of the goddamn society, locally, even mainly outside the community, of, oh, this is how vicious these folks are. Oh, we need to condemn this type of stuff. Oh, it's going to grow into a bigger problem. Let's get tougher on laws against gangs and shit. And LA just went about sweeping with gang enforcement. What they start having the gang, it got where some hoods can't even congregate. What was that? The gang injunction. And even if you get caught out here for a crime, you get enhancements for being on some gang shit. Yeah. And niggas didn't understand that shit because we too lost, we think too slow. And we can change this fucking system where you got bright minds thinking like this. Black niggas need to stop calling these fools superior and whatever that bullshit y'all use. Ain't nothing superior about white folks. They just humans. That's it. Some of them are ill-minded and shit, but you can defeat these motherfuckers. But when we function right, ain't shit a motherfucker or walk in the surface of this earth can do. But when you got where we pit against each other, we shooting each other and shit, asking where you come from, why you walking down the street, anybody can come in and add bullshit. Why wouldn't a white racist motherfucker come through and blast you? Because he can shoot you. The other niggas ain't gonna help you because you on the other side. And that's some fucked up thinking. Until we break out of that shit, the hood done really fucked us over. Like what MCA say, the hood got me under, that's some real shit. The hood got us up under like a motherfucker. When I think about them girls from that shit they did with that dude, and they deserve the punishment they gonna get. But it's a mindset they were developed with and come from white folks, come from right in these communities. Parents that don't watch. Like I put that video up on my Instagram about the I'm gonna get off after this. I put that shit up with that serial killer, the white guy. But in that same video, there's a black dude who's gonna serve 122-year sentence he got as a 13-year-old or some shit he did as a 13-year. No, he got it as a 13-year-old. He got 120. I ain't talking about the old man who just got released from prison at 83. In that second segment out of Indiana, young kid, he was 13 years old when him and I think a cousin or friend committed a crime. They trying to go to a fair. They're trying to make some money by cutting the neighbor's grass. These elderly people. They didn't get the money. The people didn't want their grass cut. And it's his neighbor who he knew. They went back in their house, stabbed these people up, cut them up, mutilate them. And the news shows like as they taking these old bodies out and shit, they show the little boy as a 13-year-old like looking at the bodies coming out. They had no idea he did it. Come to find out this kid did it. Indiana sentenced that dude to 122 years. When the guy doing the interview asked him about it, he asked like, what led you to doing something like that? And it come from what he was dealing with his mother. His mother's alcoholic, abusive, didn't show love. So it took to where her violence against him, it was nothing for him to take it out on other people. And that's the shit that parents have to be mindful of. That's the shit people in the community got to be mindful when you're doing shit in front of kids. And also the way you treat them. But that's my thoughts. That was a dope motherfucking show, Fred.
Yeah.
But that's all I got.
You decided to curse at the end of the comment, not the beginning. You decided to curse at the end of the comment, not the beginning.
Man, you know I got a cussing problem.
Hey, give us an update on the George Floyd case, real quick.
Oh man, the witness statements, man, from those witnesses were something else. I don't think Chauvin got a defense team that can come with anything to counteract it. Plus the videos out there. But the fact that even the prosecutor, the guys worked for the prosecution, black guy, when he opened it up, he was introducing all the witness they'll have. The police chief, who was the chief at the time of the incident.
The black guy? Chief, the black guy?
I'm not sure what their chief is. He might be white.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the attorney general was a black guy, but the guy working for the prosecution was black, who was opening it. But there's like 3 people part of the team prosecuting Chauvin, but he's the only black guy. But he stated the police called the police on the police. So there's a dispatcher.
I saw that.
When the call came in. Yeah, she was monitoring, like while the call come in, she looking on her monitor and she's looking like something ain't right. Like what's going on? She's seen that car rocking. And when she she go back to her work, get back in your computer, she keep looking over back at the screen on her. She got like 6 monitors. And then she see him pulling them out. So it's kind of like a raised alarms with her. Then she began to see them like laying on top of the guy. And then she looks back to the computer and it's going on for a while. She see him on top of him. And I guess people stand, as the crowd grows. So she called a sergeant. She calls the police on the police. It's like don't call me please don't call you. No, she said you can call me a snitch, but something ain't right. Like what I see. And she gives where the location is. And the supervisor, the sergeant's like, he'll look into it. And it's that incident. Then they had the black dude who end up, he coming from fishing. He's happened to go to that market that day to go buy something because they're about to get ready to fish or something. He's about to get knives or something to fish. That's how he happened to walking up on the scene, seeing this going on. He's a martial artist. So when he see what Chauvin is doing, he recognized like he's Like, man, you ain't got to do that. Like, man, he can't breathe. You cutting off his circulation. He's telling like, man, you're doing a blood choke or whatever. You use a statement in his testimony. And he said when he made that statement was the first time Chauvin looked up. And that's why you see Chauvin look up over at him. He's like, let him up. And he just put more pressure. And while he's explaining this video to the court, he's telling the court to look at him, like, when you see how Chauvin's foot is, the position of his neck, what he's doing is cutting off the circulation. He kind of explained it in like a choke they use in mixed martial arts and all that stuff. He's using it, like basing it off the arm, but what the actual knee is doing is cutting off the circulation in this area and cutting the blood off. And he's explaining that, and then he's making like any little motion Chauvin will use with his foot, the guy picks up on it. So he's making this judgment with his foot to switch the pressure and his leverage and blah blah blah. Then the cameras just cut off. And that's how the court thing ended up ending. When they brought it back, the judge, ended the proceedings for the day. But the cameras just went off as soon as shit started getting hot. Like, but it was great. Like they gonna smoke, man. The only thing will fuck this off is based on some BS coming from one of these jury members, or they finding him guilty and the judge comes with some old slap on the wrist type bullshit. But I think he's going to prison though. The case just looks too bad against this dude. And then I'm pretty sure the other officer is going to turn witness against him.
We'll see.
Yes, sir.
I come from the Rodney King era, so I put no faith in this system, man. I have no faith. I have none, zero. Even if I was the motherfucking whatever you want to call it, the defendant, I ain't got no faith.
Yeah, but the level of activism is different than what it was. The activism is way different. I think the mindset of this newer generation is different than what it was in the past. When King got beat, it wasn't that much activism. The most we got was LA burning the fuck up.
Yeah.
But the activism is way different globally. Like globally, you see even in Miramar, the people standing up. People are standing up to oppressive bullshit around the world.
We'll see.
That's my thoughts on that.
I appreciate you calling in. I just ain't got no faith in the system, so I'm not even watching the trial. I'm getting like the updates at the end, so I'll go to your page. Right. I went to your page today, but I'll go to like I don't want to sit there for 8 hours and be like maybe. I already seen Rodney King.
I've been watching it while I'm at work.
I already seen.
Keep up, follow it.
I got.
And
you.
then also the thing is, people develop these fucking kids. More judges. More judges. Huh?
I said cow.
Oh, cow?
Cow.
Oh, you said how to develop them?
No, cow.
Get off.
I'm about to get off. Ahead, man. I'm messing with you, man. Go ahead.
No, because I am taking long. I was trying to get off. You told me to talk about George Floyd.
Okay.
But to develop these kids, we need more judges. We need more lawyers. We need more engineers, doctors, police officers, FBI agents, all that other stuff y'all try to knock down. We need it. But that's my thoughts. I'm out, Fred.
All right, peace. He was talking about I appreciate you. He was talking about Rodney King. I had to transfer my thoughts too. I was like, Martin Luther King? No, I meant Rodney King. Rodney King. Yeah. I was in LA. I remember that shit like it was yesterday. Man. Remember that shit like it was man. Wow. Let's get some music.
And this is what it feels like.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Fred? How you doing, brother?
How you feel, man? Who this?
Oh, great. This is Ricky Williams, man. I was on there when you had Bob Arum that one time, bro.
Okay. What you got? I remember.
Hey, man. Shout out to that young brother that was on.
Right.
And shout out to his parents. Shout out to his motherfucking parents, dog. Let me explain something about this brother, man. This is what happens when a man don't make no excuses. This is what happens when a black man doesn't take no for an answer. Right? We gotta learn to realize that the symbolisms that's being presented to us are Trojan horses. We gotta understand that we know the game. And if you know the rules of the game, why the hell are you losing? Why are you losing as a man? A beast on the leash, ready to attack whatever is in front of him to make it happen. We know it's a white supremacist system. What you gonna do about it? You know the card's stacked against you. What you gonna do about it? Understand this man was raised correctly with his mom and his pops, whether they're FBI agents or police or the ops. Actions is what count. You got these charlatans out here like Tariq and Umar. What is their actions doing for their community? What? But everybody got something sideways to say about this brother who's 21, who's on a track in his life that some people at 60 ain't at. Stop worshiping the bullshit. Black people, we need to start realizing the shit that they present to you is simply symbolism. It's a Trojan horse. It's a distraction to get your eyes somewhere else. Focus on your family. Don't y'all realize what family means? Don't y'all realize that's how wealth starts? The Rockefellers, the Kennedys, the Clintons. Right? But black folks, you can't trust your uncle. As far as the George Floyd situation, what again, black people don't understand, it's not about wrong or right. It's about procedure. As long as that man followed correct procedure as a public officer, he's gonna get off. He's gonna get off. And y'all think because they put it on you on the TV and they sell you a red, black, and green Apple Watch that everything's okay. When are we, as men that's supposed to be leading our so-called families, gonna do what needs to be done? Fuck what they doing wrong. What are you doing right? Stop believing in a system that was never built for you in the first place. The system should be torn asunder. If we talking about equality, but is that gonna happen? No. No. You're voting for presidents that ain't did shit for you. You vote for Congress people who don't have your interests at heart. But you should vote for the system that's going to fix everything for you. Okay. If they gave it to you, they can take it away. Take care of yourself first. Self-preservation is imminent. Take care of your family. And I guarantee you everything else will take care of its goddamn self. That's my time, Fred.
Appreciate you. Thanks for the call. Thanks for the call. Ricky Williams on the call. Yeah. It's funny how when you speak of accountability, it's not just a black thing, Mexican thing, Asian thing, wherever else. I remember as a school teacher, I had to be careful when I went into the to talk to teachers about accountability. You got to manage fucking 30 personalities and shit. I'm like, man, fuck this shit. I'm not going to that motherfucker. Everybody complaining that they tired at 12:30. I don't want to go back to my job. I don't want to go back to all these kids driving me crazy. I'm like, you went to college for this, you know? So yeah, that accountability thing is the personal accountability, excuse me. It's tough to digest like that when it comes straight at you like that. You know what I mean? Like, oh shit, you ain't talking about me. Shit, I see black people outside doing graffiti all the time. No one talking to them. You know, so it's and then people don't get it's funny how like when it's funny how like low frequency conversations, when you are talking about a topic, right? And someone corrects the grammar of the conversation. I was talking about how we all can get $1 million and it's feasible, but you're correcting me on grammar. Well, I'm like, we ain't gonna get nowhere, man. This nigga corrected me on grammar. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I've had that mindset ever since I got laid off. You know what I mean? And just get it on my own. I know, right? That E1K, just get it on. Just go get it, man. Like I was having a conversation with PPD and my business partners. I don't talk to people in my circle that don't believe in me. I don't really have people in my life that don't believe in me. I don't talk to people every day that are negative. I really don't. They may not like me in a workout gym but why would I carry all day what a person thinks about me in the gym? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, in this day and age, that's probably the only outside entertainment that I'm getting is the gym, you know? So that accountability factor is so crucial, man. And the modeling. I learned about modeling as a school teacher, man. Modeling is so important, guys, for your kids, and gosh, it's so important. So important. Yeah, man. It's important. Personal accountability, man. Hold yourself accountable. Say I made the mistake. That's what I'm talk to Lincoln about every day. Say I. You know, so it's coming. And also, you guys got on me yesterday, and I clipped the video. Yeah, I clipped the video, and I wanted to go over it today because I was very interested in the scheduling thing, and I must have missed it, but I didn't hear Bob say that scheduling wasn't important. But I want to go over it with you guys.
April 10th.
I got it right here because y'all really got on me. Y'all really got on me. DB and Reggie and all y'all, but I'm like, he believes in scheduling. Because I mean, but I didn't hear him say scheduling wasn't important. So we're gonna go through that together. I figured that. I clipped it just for the shop.
Joe Smith and Wassa for the WBO light heavyweight title from Tulsa. And then the 24th, we have Navarre against Christopher Diaz in Orlando for the featherweight title. And then that's April. And then May, we have Mick Conlon fighting from London on ESPN, and Taylor and Ramirez from Vegas on the 22nd. And then June 12th, we have a fight on June 5th. Did I skip May?
No, you got May. You got May.
June
12th. You got
June 5th. We have a fight that we're going to be announcing. June 12th. We have Shakur fighting in Madison Square Garden. With Berlanga is on the April 24th card, the kid who knocks everybody out in the first round.
Yeah.
And he's going to be on the Shakur Stevenson card on the 12th of June. The 19th, we have the Italy, and then either on the last week in June or on July 10th, Lomachenko against Nakatani, the guy who knocked out Verdeo.
Is that confirmed?
And what?
Is that confirmed? Loma versus Nakatani?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's an interesting fight.
Yeah. The date is either the last week in June or July 10th. Mm-hmm. And we have something on July 17th, which I forget now. Mm-hmm. But we got a real robust schedule.
That is a big schedule.
Yeah, and on the April 10th card in Tulsa, we got two really interesting heavyweight fights. We have Effie, mm-hmm. the big African kid, on the card, and then we have his first 8-round fight, Jared Anderson, who I think is the most promising young heavyweight around.
How important is it to have a schedule out? Because we've been debating on this channel about promoters pushing out, I say 3 months in advance to give fans an opportunity to set their schedule and for you guys to promote and maximize your dollar at the gate and whatever the case may be.
Well, again, you said the operative word. That was good. The gate. Mm-hmm. You haven't had any gates for a year. So you didn't have that much of an incentive to announce in advance. But now you want to announce in advance because we have tickets on sale on April 10th.
All right, we can stop there. All right, I was just making sure I wasn't crazy. That's all. Appreciate you, Mike Weary the Great. A little something in the collection plate for Pastor Fred. All right, by the way, that's a really good fight. Loma Nakatani. I like that fight. Nakatani has earned it. You know what I mean? Hey, that June. Hey, and I had another. Appreciate you, Mike Weary. Something for the collection plate. Thank you, man. Appreciate you for real, for real. Pound for pound. I appreciate you tripling back, man, or quadrupling back. One of them numbers, whatever it is, man. We thank you in here. That Juneteenth fight made so much sense. Sake of my head. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something about that Juneteenth. I was sitting here. I personally didn't care, about it because that's it right there, Fred. The video proves you wrong again. How does it prove me wrong? You got to compete. It's funny how people want to hear what they want to hear, except the truth. He said he has to do it now because he's in competition for gates. So you got to put out a schedule so the fans. So gate is a synonym for fan. I don't know if y'all know that in the chat. Maybe some of y'all may know. I don't know. Gate is not a synonym for what you put in the front of your house. All right. Or that goes in front of a school. The gate, he's talking about humans that pay. That's what he's talking about. So that's why he's putting it in front. And if you don't, and if you don't believe in schedule, that's fine. But I'm just saying, you want to maximize your dollar. They're going to announce Terrence Crawford versus Manny Pacquiao, Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, 2.5, 3 months early. Why? Because they want to maximize their gate and pay-per-view. They're not going to announce that fight a month in advance. So anyways, man, I just thought I'll fill that in. So once again, it's just, that's what it is. You don't have to worry about leading the questions with Bob because Bob answers all on his own. Bob is, how I use independent variable. Bob is definitely an independent variable. And I also use the word I. What was I going to say? Oh, about the, I don't know. What was I going to say? Oh, about the, I don't know. What was I going to say? Oh, about the, I don't know. What was I going to say? Oh, about the, I don't know. What was I going to say? Oh, about the, I don't know. What was I going to say? Oh, about the, I don't know. What was I going to say? Oh, about the, I don't know. What was I going to say? Oh, about the, I don't know. What was I going to say? Oh, about the, I don't know. What was I going to say? Oh, about the, I don't know. What was I going to say? Oh, about the, I don't know. What was I going to say? Oh, about the, I don't know. What was I going to say? Oh, about the, I don't know. What was I going to say? Oh, about the, I don't know. What was I going to say? Oh, about the, I don't know. What was I going to say? Oh, about the, I don't know. What was I going to say? Oh, about the, I don't know. What was I going to say? Oh, about the, I don't know. What was I going to say? Oh, about the, I don't know. What was I going to say? Oh, about the, I don't know. What was I going to say? Oh, about the, I don't know. What was I going to say? Oh, about the, I don't know. What was I going to say? Oh, about the I don't think you can. Bob is one of the few people you interview that you can't lead. 1,000 and 99.9% you can't lead Bob. I want to talk about something because it hit me when it was going. I was watching the chat, obviously in real time, like I am now. I appreciate y'all. What I was gonna say? About the Juneteenth date. It's fair to ask the question. I believe in asking the question. Why not? Right? Why not? I don't think we should be mad at Bob Arum if he doesn't put on a Juneteenth. I think it's almost laughable. You know what I mean? Because he's a Jew. He got other business to handle. Just my opinion. And if we're angry, I saw the chat. The chat blew up yesterday. Oh man. And I heard DB's question too. That means we should hold Stephen Espinoza and Al Heyman to the higher bar, or at least equal. And I'm not saying that just because it's Al Heyman, but the point I'm saying is we can't look to the oppressor for freedom. If we're considering him freedom, I think it's a fair question to ask. In my opinion, I think it's fair to ask the question. I don't think it's fair for us to get emotionally involved. I don't. A jeweler, thank you. I think we ask the question and we carry on. You know what I mean? So and then I had a conversation with a trainer, a world championship trainer, right? With a couple of them, I might say. And I said to them, if boxing has been racist since Jack Johnson, think about this. If boxing's been racist since Jack Johnson and whoever else over there in England, whatever the case may be, and we've had thousands of millionaires, multi-millionaires in the sport of boxing, can we still blame the boxing? Can we still blame the boxing establishment? It was a fair question. And I know this is like a very cutthroat question, but at the end of the day, if we've been successful in the sport and the people still control the sport, how much blame do we put on us for giving them back the power when we had the ability to fight our way to a purse so we can have our freedom to do what we want? And they responded to me with, I never thought about that. And so that's a conversation that we should be having. Like, why are we selling back? Why are we leaving with Harriet Tubman and then realize, I think open up my own cobbler store or opening up my own shoe shine stand, starting my own laboring business, handyman, auto mechanic, right? Instead of that, I'm just going to walk backwards and go back to Georgia, go back to Mississippi and be a slave. So I said all that to say this. I believe it's a fair question to ask Bob Arum that question, Eddie Hearn that question, Lou DiBella that question. Who else you want to say? Salita. Is that his name? Salita? I also believe, because y'all believe in the chat that Al Heyman is pro-black and blacker than black. He's black. He's black. He's black. Y'all got to hold him to that standard that y'all responded to Bob Arum with. That's all I'm saying. That's why I said the narrative that we fall into the trap of believing. It's a narrative. It's a narrative that we fall into the trap and begin to believe, because Jamal Charlo is fighting June 12th. Shout out to the Boxing Voice. I heard that with Ronnie Shields. He's fighting June 12th. And he's fighting that Latino brother. I think Al should push that fight to Juneteenth. It makes him sense. It's going to be in Texas. They ain't pushing that fight to Vegas. That fight going to be in Houston. It got to be in Houston. There's no other option for that fight, you know? So I think that because you guys are holding Al Heyman to a black standard, like we can't get on Al Heyman because he's black. 90% of y'all in the chat always get on me because I criticize Al, and we can't criticize him because he's black. Everyone, which is all of y'all, 90% of y'all that responded to Bob Arum in the chat should be emailing, calling, because now we got PBC has a phone number, DMing everyone that you know that is attached to PBC and ask, demand, suggest a Juneteenth fight. Got enough time. Next week is April, May. Oh, we got more than 2 months. We got 30, 60. We got 80 days till Juneteenth. Oh, we got plenty of time to get a date. You know what I mean? Because they don't need no schedule. So I think that y'all not gonna agree with it, obviously, because it requires accountability. Y'all like telling stories. Y'all like telling stories. The guy went to the market and did this. I listen. If Bob do it, it's cool. Doesn't matter. But it got to be a fight on June 19th. I think it should. You got too many stars in Texas. Too many really good fighters come out of Texas that's on PBC. Especially the three main ones, Jamal, and Earl. Well, you can count Earl out because Earl is a stadium fighter. And Canelo's fighting May 8th in Texas. So they got to refill the water bottle. It's going to take about 2 months to refill that water bottle. So the earliest Earl can fight is May 8th, June 8th, July 8th. Ain't no money that weekend. So the earliest Earl can fight is the last week of July, first week of August. So Earl is looking at around there to fight. So we got the option with Jamel and Jamal. They usually fight close together, if not on the same date. So so that's where I'm at. So anyways, man, oh, it's 11:41. Get the fuck out of here. DB, you want to call in? Let's get the fuck out of here. Damn. This was a good show. Man, King Randall carried this show. It's 11:41. Wow. Yeah, man. Oh, man. No, I think a lot of people in the chat believes Al Heyman is above criticism. We're going to give him a chance. Give him a chance. Y'all giving them chances. I say hold them. Y'all hold me accountable. It was a great show. Thank you, Reg. It was you added a lot to it too in the chat too. Thank you. I try and see every fucking comment, you know. Thank y'all in the chat. It was a good show. And for those you had questions about FBI agents, I think we should have a show on FBI. Like, I don't think we fully grasp, like, you can be a school teacher and be an agent. You can be a FBI agent and be an agent. You can be a blood and be an agent. You can be a Crip and be an agent. You can be a it went to voicemail. I don't know why. I don't think we should have. I got you. I don't think we should associate. I just reset it, DB. I don't think we should associate one genre of a job with with like, what is that? Shit. Whatever it is, you know what I mean? With being an agent. You know what I mean? I mean, how do you know what's an agent? So you can, if you don't trust FBI agents, that means you don't trust police officers. Police officers is the reason why terrible people ain't running through our city going crazy. There's a percentage of police officers that aren't bad, but I don't have interactions with police officers. Like, I'm being honest. Like, my interactions with police officers has gone down probably 95% in terms of being pulled over. You know, so I'm not 95%, but I get pulled over once every 2 years probably for something. But my mindset is like, you know what I mean? And I understand it's out there. I don't know why it's not ringing, but I know it's out there. I'm definitely not subscribing to like, oh, Fred. No, the energy is there because the energy transferred from slave patrol to patrol officer. So I get that. There we go. Hey, what's up?
What up? What up?
Hey, go ahead.
No, I was just listening to you talking about the cops.
Yeah, go ahead.
And you said something about you said all cops are not bad.
Yeah, I don't think all cops are bad.
Yeah, and I don't think that there's one logical person that thinks reasonably in this chat. A couple of hundred people. I don't think there's one person that would disagree with that. However, the culture of the police department continues to change and not change for the better. And I think one of the biggest gripes from our community is that, there's so much bad that's happening and there's not enough of those quote unquote good cops that say or do anything about it. And I think that's one of the biggest things for us. So if that person, if that particular patrol officer or patrolman or beat cop or whatever you call them, you ever heard that saying, if you see something, say something?
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of like that, right? Yeah, then they qualify as being a bad cop because they're contributing to the harassment, to the killings, to the unnecessary arrest or whatever, right? So they're contributing to those things if they're not saying something. So yeah, we don't necessarily think or say that they're all doing something physically, like they're not causing that, they're not the verb, they're not causing the action, but
the police culture you're referring to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that police culture as a whole is not one that benefits the public safety of inner city anywhere in America. You know what I mean? Because they're going in with the mindset of, oh shit, I gotta go babysit these poor people. You know what I mean? These niggas, these dumb Mexicans, or whatever the case may be. So I want to stroke with a broader brush. So I definitely agree 1000%. Ain't no buts. I agree with everything that you're saying. And I also believe that we have to, and I didn't know this. I didn't know this until I had kids. How important, stop and frisk is definitely terrible. I didn't know how important it is to engage in the human experience. And like when you have kids, because I carried the trauma until I had kids. Right. But when you have kids and you're not with your kids, you tell your kids to tell the teacher, tell the police officer, tell the fireman, any man in men in uniform, so your help extends beyond your household when you have kids. So I personally, me, Frederick, had to relearn, unlearn to relearn, unlearn to learn that the human experience, like, so now my interactions with police officers are, hey, how you doing? Thank you. I appreciate you. Prior to having kids, I didn't say it a lot because I didn't want to get pulled over, obviously, for something stupid, but my energy was like, forget the police. You know what I mean? Like, but it just completely remorphs itself when you got a 6-year-old kid and he's going to spend more time out of your house than in your house, so at some point of his life, so
Yeah.
so that's like my learning curve as it pertains to with everyone now. Like I try to have 100% positive experiences with any human. I don't care what your ethnicity is, your age is, your social demographic, what job you do. Like I practice that modeling, especially now that I have kids. And did you know this, DJ? I mean, did you notice, DB, that former NFL player Charles Peanut Tillman is an FBI agent? Did you know that? I think he'll be a great interview. Damn,
I heard about that before.
That's cool. I never heard of him.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, agents usually don't tell the truth about stuff, though. So we'll just be in here and he'll just be giving us political answers.
I'm sure.
Probably. But, if he was a former agent and he was retired and, then he may be open to a little bit, open more to conversation. But, yeah, man, I think people just end up saying that police officers are bastards or police officers are bad because the police force is just, currently enforcing racism and an abusive system that constantly oppresses Black people. They instigate violence on peaceful protesters. They don't face consequences. The law protects them. So these are some of the things that frustrate the hell out of us. And we don't necessarily think that every cop is bad, but listen, there's a great percentage of them that are. And, I have some family members, like more than one, that are in law enforcement, two that are around my age that I grew up with, and they both weirdos, you know what I mean? And I think that indoctrination, like that whole brainwashing system that they become a part of changes them a bit, you know what I'm saying? And those are both cousins too. I never see them. You know what I mean? Yeah, so... But I don't think that system's going to change much. Because there's so many different layers and levels of their bullshit. I think the first thing that happens right now is, okay, just for example, for people that are from Los Angeles area, so Reggie, Tank, Patty Dean, you guys know, so. We had Jackie Lacey in office, right?
Yes.
We removed Jackie Lacey, and now I think maybe, first year when you have a new politician there in office, their intentions may be good, but then eventually they'll get drafted or adopted into those other, internal gangs or whatever that Sergeant Dorsey called them.
Doctrines.
Yeah.
Internal doctrines, maybe.
Yeah. But they'll start getting those, getting an envelope with a bunch of money in there. Shit, you saw the movie Training Day, right? I think when I saw the movie, I'm like, yeah, this is legit. Like, this is real. This is what happens, right? And I think once they start getting those envelopes of big cash and also having threats on their lives, and also being bullied by their peers who are also collecting envelopes full of cash, that's when the Jackie Lacey's will come back into play. Not that they don't disagree that these cops are out in the street fucking up royally, but they get their palm, what they call it, slick palms, start greasing their palms with some green. Yeah. So that, and then having Sheriff Villanueva, and then all of the sergeants and lieutenants, and Sergeant Dorsey told us about it. She's a sergeant and people are still doing shit around her. So you could imagine, somebody's a sergeant, been in the force for years and still see people doing foul shit around them. Imagine the shit that's happening when it's just two beat cops. You don't have to imagine because you've been a part of some of that shit before. You know, I just remember maybe about a year and a half ago or so when you were driving and, you know, driving up the hill, I think Overhill or somewhere over there, and they had parked and, you know, had some profiling done. I mean, shit, I deal with it all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm driving, well, I don't too much anymore, but like, you know, when I was driving my SS's and Grand Nationals and shit like that, you know, some muscle car, you know what I mean? And you want to get out there and have some fun, but yeah, you immediately a game banger. Now I was, but you know, that shit, I mean, you see how I look, you know what I'm saying? And I may dress with like some jeans on and a t-shirt, but I always wore a button down and, you know what I'm saying, had a haircut and a shave and don't look like, you know what I'm saying? I don't got tattoos and shit on my face. You know what I'm saying? I don't got a mean mug. So there's no reason to automatically assume that I'm a part of affiliated with a gang affiliated. But yeah, police system is just super duper fucked up, man. And I don't even know how we got to this subject here, but the police shit is just depressing. Yeah. And we had a great show, man. We had Young King in here, and yeah, goddamn, yeah, yo, for SS, man, my shit, boy, man, 86 and 88, yeah, fire.
Is that what years they are? 86 and 88?
86 and 88, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, don't got the 88 no more. The 88 is, I gave it to my brother when he graduated.
Oh.
Yeah. I asked him, I was like, shit, what kind of car you want? And he was like, I'm like, pick something. I'm thinking he gonna, you know, get a little young, kind of pretty boy car, want a Honda Accord or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me go to one of the local lots and put a couple stacks down and drive off or something. He was like, I want that one. I'm like, man, you want a blue on blue SS Monte Carlo with 18 by 10 deep dish Daytons with blue knockoffs and shit? Like, it look crazy as fuck. Like, yeah, I want that. I'm like, all right, go ahead. Shit, save me some money anyway if I having to go to the dealership or somewhere and getting a Acura Legend or a Honda Accord or whatever they got out there. But look at the police like I look at white people. Let me see. I can get along to alone. Maybe he meant I get along to get along with them, but don't trust none of them. That's what Dave Jack says. And JJ said Grand National. Yes, indeed. Yeah, turn that motherfucker on in, boy. It sound like a dinosaur coughing.
Hey, Mike Weary the Great say the cops may not be bad personally, but the job duty changes them. It was a video of them handcuffing a 9-year-old girl. I believe I saw that, or I didn't see it, but I saw it in the caption. I try not to watch that stuff. So devil's advocate would be, why would you want someone to drive an 88 Monte Carlo and you know what the energy that it may bring, especially if they live in I don't know where the person lives, but let's say hypothetically he lives where we live.
What, in Westchester?
Okay.
Oh, I was in West in San Diego now.
Okay.
Oh man, that's a good question. I don't know, maybe because, I mean, still, you know, when you graduate from college, you are a grown man already.
Sure.
You know, and if you are a black man and, you know, you grow up in our neighborhood or our community, you already see it and you know what attention it brings. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I don't think I could have shielded that, you know. So he already know what the reality is of driving a car like that. So, you know, here's the key. You know, go see what it's like in the real world. You're not in the passenger seat no more. Now you in the driver's seat. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess sometimes people have to have experiences, things that happen to them so they can learn. I remember my pops took me to Gilbert Lindsay to go shoot hoop one day when I thought I was real good. And had a dude over there, and you know how in every hood is still always one person with a Jerry curl still and shit now.
Oh, for sure.
This dude was like kind of fat, stocky. I'm a teen. I'm probably about 14, maybe. Shit, I could have been about 12, but I'll say probably about 13, dude about 18 years old. And went over there and I'm balling him up. We playing a one-on-one. We're playing like 21. So Pops played. He shot like the first 3 or 4 baskets, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go stretch." And he already knew what he was doing. So he's sitting down to the side. I'm playing with dude. I'm balling him up, beat him, like run it back. And then, you know, I got a little comfortable, got a little cocky, and start talking to him like and one, and you know, just you know, being a teenager. And the dude grabbed his Jerry curl almost like in a ponytail, like he was gonna put in a ponytail. And what he was doing was he was getting a hair full of chemical and sweat. And when I was going for a layup, like a finger roll, he like threw it all in my eye. And I grabbed my eyes, I couldn't see, you know, sweat, salt, all of that, Jerry curl chemical. I was blinking my eyes, and I was kind of like bending down, like damn, I can't fucking see. But I took the basketball and I heaved it right in his face and hit him right in his nose, and I gave him a quick 1-2. And we tussled, and he beat me up, but you know, one of his homies was coming over there, one of his older homies, and also my pops came in and they broke it up. But anyway, the point of the story is my pops knew exactly what he was doing. He just wanted to make sure that his son wasn't no punk. You know what I'm saying? He wanted me to know, like, hey, listen, you're going to be somewhere and shit going to happen and you got to get down. You know what I'm saying? But, and so anyway, sometimes I would have to say the same thing for my little bro. Like I had to let him know, like, hey, shit in life going to happen and you got to learn how to deal with it. So deal with it when you between 18 and 22. So when you turn 25, you understand how to deal with shit like a man, you know, and then by the time you hit that trail shit, it's a whole new world.
Okay.
Yeah, he said he do with the wrestling cheat. Yeah, Hustle Slam, nigga threw Jerry curl juice. Man, he threw Jerry curl juice and sweat in my eye.
So good. Oh, he just hit me with it. Oh, we thought it at the same. Well, you thought it before me because you typed it, but DB hit him with that soul glow. The DB got hit with the soul glow.
Yeah, well, I mean, I gave him a 1-2. Like I took flight on him. I hit him good, but you know what I'm saying? I was 13. He was like 18 years old. So yeah, and shit. That was an ass whooping I had to take. But shit, he, you know, shit, it wasn't just gonna go down like that though. Throwing no Jerry curl. What do you call it? What's the little Jerry curl thing called? The little spray bottle?
The S kit. Oh, Soul Glow. What are you talking about?
No.
Oh, activator. Activator.
There you go. I didn't get through activator on my face. Yeah, that shit was crazy. Yeah, boxing work. Yeah, spray you with the activator juice. Man, he sprayed me.
That's funny.
Yeah, crazy shit. But those little stories, man, are crazy, man. We have a whole bunch of those stories. Yeah, and I can't wait for the dudes to do some lives because when I do some lives, I wanted to have my phone and I want to go through the city. You know how you go by the Love and Basketball Court.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Sam Cooke Hotel and all of that. Yeah, I want to go to all of those spots. And even if I'm on somebody else's, right? Even if H Money is on, and he go, look, I'm from right here, from Western and by the Master Burger. I want to go to the Master Burger the next day and show people, look, this is what it is. When Reggie say I'm at Jesse Owens Park, you know what I'm saying? I want to be able to slide through there for 5 minutes before I jump back in my car and you know what I'm saying? And say, this is Jesse Owens Park and you know, these are the neighborhoods that's over there. And, you know, this is the get down like that. I want to be able to introduce people to the city. You know what I mean? So,
man, people die. Hey, if you go to that Master Burger on Vernon, people die before they get their order. Just want you to know that. Like they're gone. They just disappear on the face of this earth.
Davis got the third said DB got the great kabuki treatment.
Oh, God, no. Do not go to the Master Burger on Vernon and Western, man. Oh man, I'm joking with you. You can go, but you know, that is like That environment right there on that corner. Woo, Lordy. Woo. That's like
right there too. Murder Burger. Yep.
Man, that is, I mean, that is like my gosh. That's 47 just off of Vernon. Oh my gosh. Whatever street that is.
Oh my God.
Man, right. Man. Woo. Woo. Man, you got prostitution, drug dealing, gang banging in 10 by 10 feet. Like right there. You got the gas station across the street. You got the laundromat. Everything go down in the laundromat. Man, you get oh my God. That's where they hide their drugs and everything all day. Man, nah.
Yeah, it's a halfway house next to a like a rehab center.
And they stay outside all day and go to bed all. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah.
Sitting on the bench at the bus stop.
Mm-hmm. I remember my dude years ago, man. I ain't never been to that Master Burger, just so y'all know. And what was I gonna say? Oh shit. Oh, my buddy, like 10 years ago. Oh, this was a long ass time ago, yo. This was ages ago. So my boy, he went to Master Burger and all that shit. And he says, you know, I went to Master Burger and I ordered some food and all that shit. He says, man, I ordered the burger. I ended up getting some pussy while my I cried laughing so much. If you knew the neighborhood, it all makes sense. It all makes sense right there in that neighborhood. So you know, if you're not from LA, you don't understand, but that's definitely possible. Definitely possible. I don't know if he paid, slayed, or she was in the mood or high. I didn't ask that question. I just thought the shit was funny. You know what I mean? I just thought it was funny. He said, man, I'll bust that hole in the back seat and I went and got my food. I said, hey, great day. Great day.
that's crazy. I seen my cousin earlier today, and that's funny because we was going down Western, right?
Uh-huh.
He passed by there and he pointed to the liquor store. Just this is right before the show started. He was like, damn, I ain't been in that store in a minute. He said, shit, the last time I went in that store, I was in the line, you know what I'm saying, getting a drink. He said, and shit, and I turned around and the lady was right there in my face. Would you like some head?
Man, it goes down in the deal, man. That street. That street. Hey, yeah, let's get DB subs up. I'm interested to see in his lives now. Man, DB selling wolf tickets, Jarvis. You already know that. He's selling wolf tickets.
Nah.
He ain't gonna and hit that GoFundMe. PPD guy. Yeah, man. Man. Hey, I've been to that liquor store. That shit's small. Hey, that shit is plastic bulletproof to the ceiling. Hey. Yeah. And they got matches behind the bulletproof. I mean, they got potato chips behind. Man, that shit funny as hell, man. That is. Hey, what's the worst corner in LA? Before we get out of here.
Worst corner. Damn. Worst corner. Shit, that depends on where you're from, though.
Okay, no, I know, yeah, but let's just say, in South Central, I don't know Compton too well, so I don't know those cross streets. I know the cross streets, but don't know But what would you say?
Damn, active ass. Like some corners just active. They're not necessarily the most dangerous, but they hella active. Like you could be right there on Normandy and Century. That's active as hell. You can be on Crenshaw and Florence.
Oh active, yeah, you know Century and Normandy is active like a motherfucker because he got the intersections and shit. Yeah, Florence and Crenshaw definitely. Florence and Crenshaw, yeah. Also, see, I grew up on Florence and Fig, so I'm kind of biased to that. But Florence and Fig. 69, 66 and Fig. I walked up and down those streets every day. But I would say Century and Normandy. My gosh. Yo. That's a bad corner right there. That's a bad one right there. That's a bad one.
It's a lot on the east side too, though.
I don't know the east side too well, so y'all gotta. I mean, I know the cross streets, but I don't know the neighborhood. I spent very little time on the east side. I never passed the 110 as a kid. Very seldom. Just because I didn't have to, not because I didn't know. I went to Mount Carmel Park, went home. Jesse Owens when I went to my aunt's house. I never really went to the east side, so I don't. But how about Manchester and Broadway, Maine, by that Roscoe's?
Manchester, Maine. That's not as like it used to be. Like every year, it's crazy as hell now. And you know, for people that's not from here, this probably won't make a lot of sense to them. But it's white people that live on the east side now. And I'm not talking about the one crackhead that live in the community where everybody know, you know what I'm saying? Like she ain't no Strawberry. I'm talking about like hipsters from Silver Lake moved to the east side. You will see them on San Pedro, on Maine. Wow. I kid you not. Walking their dogs and shit.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's a gang of white people on the east side. Like the real east side. I ain't talking about right at Fig. I'm talking about on the other side of the 110, like I said, on Maine, on San Pedro. Shit. Yeah.
Century and Normandy. That's a good one. I would never stand in line. I would never go to that drive-through and get donuts or go to that Taco Bell. Never. I would drive all the way to motherfucking. I'd rather go to 60th First and Century. I mean, Crenshaw and 61st, then go to that one. I would drive across
Avalon and Vernon, right over there.
Avalon and Vernon.
Yeah, god damn.
Avalon. Hey, what's over there? Avalon and Vernon. I know how to get there. I just can't see the street. What's over there? I don't even go that far. I don't have.
Yeah, so in neighborhoods like those, like even the other streets that I said, though.
Vernon is like a small street, but it's a main street. Yeah.
Yeah. So the ones that be real fucked up is when you got like at each corner, like going like if you're going west, then there's one hood. If you're going east, there's another hood. You're going north. You know what I'm saying? So like, for example, like when you got the UGs and you got the Compton Crips and then the Hoovers and the South Los, like at, you know what I'm saying, at every corner is those. And then they probably have another hood that's just not too far down, like the A-Trays or the 9-0s, just down a little bit. When you got areas like that, that's why it'd be so fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Because shit, you just don't know who from where.
Willowbrook and Imperial. That's a
hell yeah, that's shit. That's
like that. I remember I got gas there because I had to, not because I wanted to, because I had to at that 76 station on Imperial.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna even lie to y'all niggas. I put $5 in my tank. I ain't gonna even lie. I got the fuck out of there. Fuck that shit. Nah, man. I was an explorer over there for 4 years or 2 years. 2 years. Nah, nigga. I ain't fucking with that neighborhood. Nah, I got the fuck out of there. I ain't lying. I had because that's when I was driving back and forth from Whittier to LA. I had because my mom at that time lived on 135th and Corderi, so I had to take the 110. Excuse me, the 105. I had to take the 105 to go back and forth. $5. That's all it took. $5. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, that's Mike Corey said I gotta fly out to LA. Fred, give me a tour of the city. Let me see. What did you say, Reggie? That's what Mike Corey said.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I get
Fred only know the west side. Fred don't know the east side.
I don't know the east side too. I know the streets because I have common sense, but I don't know like the gangs in the neighborhood on the east side too well.
Yeah, Reggie said Compton got some vicious ass corners too. Those apartments on the backside of the Compton swap meet. Yeah. KJ said I had a bass head broad ask me if I wanted some head while I was pumping gas in West Oakland.
Wow.
West Oakland. Yeah, shit.
I ain't never had that. I ain't never have a woman walk up to me, a bass head, do anything like that to me. I don't think I ever had that. I mean, but I'm so acclimated to that temperature though. You know what I mean? Like that's my life. I lived it. So I know what that looks like. So, but I ain't never really had that. I can't.
I remember being younger. And little Strawberry bro, she walked up to me and the homie, you know, we CT, and then she was like, poof, poof. And then we laughing and she was like, damn, what's that, auntie? She was like, that's both of your socks getting blown off if you fuck with me. She said, poof, poof, but she did with her hands like some shit was flying.
Mm-hmm.
We like, damn.
Nah.
Yeah, this shit crazy. G Brown said Manchester and Central Ave. Yeah. Jarvis said Century and Normandy, active as fuck. Yeah, JJ.
Man, everything is on that corner. You got the two cheap gas stations on the north, east, and west corner. You got the Mexican burrito spot. They just changed. I think it's El Gallo or something like that. Jarvis, no, that's his hood. It's a Mexican. And then you have you got the Taco Bell, and what's the fuck is that? The Taco Bell and the donut shop right there. Fuck that little Asian. I don't know how them Asians be doing that shit, man. Fuck that shit. Fuck that.
Reggie said Century and Normandy is my section of the town, and it's a death trap. Don't get none of that food and don't get none of that gas, especially at night. Yeah.
Hey, you know what's turned out to be bad too? Not bad, but it's kind of bad. 92nd and Western.
Shit, yeah, that's the same area.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like that corner because you got the liquor store, you got the 99-cent store across the street, you got the gas station, that little energy right there. But they got those businesses over there during the day. Yeah. Century and Normandy with the because they got their homeless people over there on both sides on Jesse Owens. Yeah, because I drive by them every day. So not every day, but that's part of my driving route. But yeah, it's definitely a place you don't want to stop. Fred, get Breadman on. That's easy. I got you. Yeah, me and Breadman, it's cool. Yeah, I can get him on for sure. In May, we'll have him on in May. Yeah. Just remind me. Actually, shit.
Mike Johnson said where all the black people stay.
Where I'm at. Where me and DB at.
Where black people everywhere.
Yeah. but this is the area, like my area. Layla Hathaway just moved into the area, which is good. That's exciting because it's just more opportunity. Maybe she becomes friends with the neighbor. She's not my neighbor or nothing like that, but maybe she becomes friends with the neighbor and they have kids, and it just creates more opportunity for the community, which is good. But it's I just found out Lisa Ray lives in the neighborhood. I know she used to, but now she's back.
Yeah, but Lisa Ray don't mess with brothers though, do she?
I don't know. Her body do though. I ain't never been to Johnny Pastrami. I ain't never been there. I've seen it, but I ain't never stopped. I never stopped on Crenshaw and Adams. I ain't never. Hell no, my little ass. We had this conversation already. I ain't stopping there. I ain't never been to Master Burger. I ain't never. Hell, why would I go to Master Burger and I can go to motherfucking on Manchester and Crenshaw? Fat Burger.
Yeah, spots like that is where if you eat that kind of food or whatever.
Yeah. If you eat that kind of food, yeah.
Yeah, you have a female to go get it. You know what I'm saying? If you want it. Shit. But yeah, don't even think like, oh, I'm just gonna stay in the car. No, shit, take your ass home.
Hey,
food in the house.
Hey, Jarvis said some woman ran over her dude a couple of weeks ago on 92nd and Western. Yeah, because during COVID, I had to go to that 99-cent store. So I had to stop in there and get some stuff, some sanitizer and stuff for me and the workers and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So I was like, damn, it's interesting. It's interesting intersection, So but
Tom Brown said Lisa Ray went to his high school. Oh, got it. Went to the same high school, not with him. Yeah, Mike, where are you fool? He said Lisa Ray whole body probably wrinkled.
Yeah, this nigga be hating. Damn, Mike, where he got? Damn, she 50, nigga. Yeah, she got a little something, but damn. Anyway, I mean, the light's gonna be off a little bit. Yeah, like where?
Yeah, she was that bad. I haven't even. Once I be finding out they don't like brothers, I don't really be paying no attention to them no more. You know what I'm saying? So. I remember she had some Italian dude, her and Janet Jackson, Holly Berry, and what's her name from Clueless? The little coon. What's her name?
Stacey Dash.
Stacey Dash, yeah.
Yeah.
They was all dating Italian dudes and shit, but I stopped paying attention to them. Probably because all the rappers was using Italian names and shit. Everybody had this infatuation with Italian and shit.
He said Vermont and Imperial. That's a big street. That's a really big intersection. Yeah, but they be out there selling. I support them as much as I can in front of John Dandy. I ain't never ate that chicken, but I see it all the time. Jim Dandy. Is it Jim Dandy?
Yeah, Jim Dandy.
Jim Dandy, and you got that corner over there with Louisiana fried chicken and all that. Is that Frank liver cow? Yeah, nah, liver cow bass. But yeah, Crenshaw and Imperial is a very interesting corner. It definitely is. Because you got the church over there too. You got a big mega church over there.
Huge church.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a big. And you got the gas station. Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, it's interesting. It's definitely interesting on Vermont and Imperial. So you think the winner is Century and Normandy?
The what? Say it again.
Jim Dandy got good chicken though. I ain't never ate there in my life. I ain't never ate that.
Like that.
I just don't feel like waiting for 30 minutes for chicken though. One day I'll eat it.
My cousin came out here from Atlanta a couple of weeks ago, and he went to go to Jam Dandy and to what's the other chicken spot called?
Louisiana.
Is Louisiana the one that's in which one did I send you a picture of? Ray, remember? I think it was
Manchester and Normandy. You sent the nigga Manchester and Normandy.
Yeah, I think
I know you sent them to that one. Oh yeah, you gotta go to the hood spot, dog. Oh yeah, I ain't been to that ice cream spot since I was a little kid. When was the last time you went to the ice cream spot on Normandy in like 85th, 84th?
Damn. Yeah, shit. A little kid.
A little kid. I tell myself to go. They sell chili cheese fries and all that. I swear I ain't. I forget. Yeah, I'm an old head, Mike Wary. I'm an old head. I ain't waiting. Hell no. I ain't waiting for shit. Oh, nah. Jim Dandy's is that good? I didn't know Jim Dandy's had good chicken. I ain't never ate there ever in my life.
Yeah, my cousin was in the car. He was crunching on that shit. That shit was crunchy as fuck.
How long they been out, Jim Dandy's? Man, it's weird how you be in the hood your whole life.
And there was no way till we went. He went and got the food real quick. I stayed in the car, but he went and got it and came right back. I'm like, damn, that was quick.
Mm-hmm.
Boxer Farm said Pioneer chicken. Pioneers everywhere though, ain't they?
Nah, they closing down.
That's a bunch of them though, right? Damn, ain't that the one I see all the time? Pioneer? Yeah.
They got their own Instagram page and all that shit. Jim Dandy's. Dude, that chicken do look good though.
My brother said 100 years.
Pioneer chicken with the they chicken look good though. Yeah, I might have to go fuck with some Jim Dandy's in a little bit. Okay. Not now, but in a little bit. Jim Dandy's. Hey, Jay, if you listening, we supposed to go do these food tours. We got to stop at Jim Dandy's. We gonna have to go stop at Jim Dandy's.
It ain't been around in a minute.
Yeah, PPD, we got to go by Jim Dandy's. It's on. Is there 2 or 1? Is there only 1 in LA?
That's the only one I know of. Okay. That one right there off of Vermont.
Yeah. Shit. Maybe I can call ahead or some shit. Because I don't want to wait. I just don't want to wait for fucking 45 minutes for some chicken.
Reggie said the ice cream truck back in the 80s had the best chili cheese Fritos. Man.
That shit probably nasty as hell now. Chili cheese for all that fucking salt. I don't even want to think about that shit.
All the shit you used to be able to get off the damn ice cream truck, chili cheese Fritos, and what's those potato chips? Do you remember? I don't know. They was called not honchos. What was they called? Munchos.
Yeah,
you remember those chips?
Yeah, them fucking nasty ass chips.
Yeah, with a gang of hot sauce on them, motherfuckers.
I ain't never had any elote.
Damn.
I would never eat that much mayonnaise. Fuck you. Nah, never. Not in my age now. Hell no. I'll gag just thinking about that mayonnaise. I remember I was with who was I with? I know exactly who I was with. I'm drawing Daphne Springs. Daphne Springs. I was with her one time, right? And we were, where were we? I don't forget where we were, but we ended up on Slauson and what's that shit? Slauson and Overhill, right? And she had an elote and shit. She was eating the fuck out of that shit because she had went live. Oh, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, not like I'm just sitting there like, that is disgusting. Oh, that man. And elote is just a corn on the cob with a handle on it, and you put like hot sauce and whatever you want on it. You know what I mean? It's great though. Like it's a staple here in LA. The elotes, man. Yeah.
My brother said I still eat them once in a while, just get it without the mayo. Hell no. I can't. Shit, I can't even go. Just when that cart is passing by, I can just smell all the mayonnaise in that motherfucker. Like,
Hell no. I don't want none of that shit. Hell. And then as you get older, you be nitpicking on germs and shit. Like, man, I just couldn't deal with no motherfucking. No, man, that nigga dry walking all day and shit in that fucking hot dog water. That's all it is hot dog water. It just got corn in it. Fuck that shit. I don't want that. Nah, I'm cool. You ever smell hot dog water?
You go pee on the side of a building and then come right back and make the corn. Let's imagine that though. Corn on the cob. You stick the corn in a thing full of mayonnaise. Pull it out. Put chili and stinky cheese that smell like feet on it. Man. And then some chili. Hell no.
I ain't never smelt it. But I see them niggas all the time with them bag of fucking pig potato chips.
Man, I'd say that's the second stinkiest cart behind those hot dog carts that they be having around like the Staples Center and shit.
Oh, I ain't never had one of them dogs. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I be seeing women and I be like, damn, they be that good. I mean, because I used to be in them streets, guys, and when I was younger. And I'll be like, they be tearing them fucking hot dogs. Like, honestly, they go to the club to wait. It look like they go to the club to wait till 2:00 because clubs close out here at 2:00. And so, and they like get excited about the hot dog guy, the hot dog girl. Like, I mean, it's an experience. They get so excited. Like, I ain't never had one. I ain't never had a bacon wrap hot dog ever in my life. What?
J.A. said them BBW Latinas be fucking that shit up. Oh God.
Man, all of them do. I mean, it's just an LA thing though. Like, I mean, go to any club in LA and Hollywood, now it's gonna be like 3 carts and shit. Yeah, that's that drunk food.
Yeah, after a club, yeah.
Man, them motherfuckers tear that shit up. We had I don't know if the flower guy is still in existence. The flower guy still alive?
Damn, yeah, flower guy. That's so crazy. So when we was right there, no, we wasn't right there before we got today. Like me and my cousin, we riding around making some runs and shit. But yeah, seeing the flower lady and like a block up, seeing the flower guy. Like, remember these motherfuckers after the club? You want to buy a rose for her? You want to buy a rose? You want to buy a rose? Putting the damn flower in her face. Man, try to make you feel like a sucker.
I know, nigga, get out of here, nigga. You see, I got her hand, nigga. It's over, nigga. Stop it, nigga. I got $13 left in my pocket, nigga. Get away, nigga. Like you sobering her ass up. Now she gotta make decisions now. Nah, get out of here, nigga. I'm trying to get her to my back seat. Shit, because if I can get it then, I ain't gotta waste gas and dropping her off somewhere. Shit, I mean, man. Everything was a fucking price. I mean, I was like, man. Whew, man.
Yeah. Cool little chocolate one day. They brought the flowers to my face. She was shaking her finger like, no. I'm like, damn, I like her. She's telling the flower man to get back. Yeah, damn, whatever happened to her?
Yeah, flower guy. I remember at what club I used to go to. It used to be an Ethiopian guy. Everybody knew him in LA. I don't know, but anyways.
And he was a flower dude?
Mm-hmm.
He was the one that...
Mm-hmm. Anyways, man, he was like the real Papa Flower guy. Flower guys man, them fucking flower guys, man. Like, could you get a better job? Like, for real. Like, I mean, like, there's so many other things you could think of. Nigga, but you had to go get flowers. That flower has no value.
No, that's a great job for him. He has something that has no value, and then he goes and buy them in bulk, and they probably end up costing, I don't know, 75 cents, and he'll sell them for $5 or $10.
Yeah. Maybe the numbers are good, but I'm thinking like, anyway, I never was the flower guy, so I was literally like avoiding them niggas at all costs. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Hurry up, nigga. Let's go. Only got I'm serious. Only got $13, my shit. Either we gonna use this to grab you a bag of motherfucking Lay's potato chips or some shit. I don't know. Or them 3 tacos for $1 from Jack in the Box. I don't know. We gonna do something, but I ain't spending $5 on this fucking flour because I can't afford it. So I'm serious. That was the life.
Your gas tank, you only got you a little bit past E, and you got to go from Hollywood back to LA. And she like, I'm hungry. You hungry? Like, no, hell no, I ain't hungry. I want to be eating none of this nasty ass food at nighttime with $13 in your pocket. Like,
yeah, man, I got that at the crib.
Yeah,
I got it at the crib. Shit.
Yeah,
ain't got the
some of you
crib.
in your house and eating and shit. Man,
yeah.
I remember making a chick some noodles, and man, you know, we done ate noodles so many different ways. My bro, he'll tell you shit, man. We done made noodles all kind of ways. We done put tomato sauce on it, and then you didn't have tomato sauce, you put ketchup on it to make like spaghetti. Took all kind of like turkey meat and cut it up in there and put cheese in there. Like, we made noodles so many different ways.
Yep.
And I remember the chick came through and shit, whatever I had, I don't even remember what it was, but I chopped up something in there, and she was like, this is one of the best meals I ever tasted. Yeah. Been blowing her back out ever since. Shout out to her.
Yeah, for sure, man. That shit.
Shout out to you, Monica.
What's up, Monica? It's yeah, man. It's just nah, man. But to see them girls eat them hot dogs is a sight to see. I want to go to a club just to see them girls eat them hot dogs. It's funny to me. I'll be like, damn, them motherfuckers must be good. Because they take them big ass bites and shit. They almost eat their fingers and shit. They so anxious. You know what I mean? Like, damn.
Ooh, I see mayonnaise on the side of their mouth.
Yeah, with the peppers and all this girl shit, and the makeup done smeared by then, and you know what I mean, and you know what I mean, and they got the best. They arm in arm with their best friend, and you know what I mean, and nigga, and they like nah, and one girl is ordering a hot dog, the other girl is like nah, we good, because niggas are hollering, nah, we good.
No, puta, get your own. Order your own. Stupid. No, I'm gonna eat my own.
Yeah,
and then, stupid.
Yeah, and then that's what it looked like, you know, and you know what I mean, their hair is like puffed out in the front because you know, from the sweat and shit from their hair and all that shit, man. It's stuck to spray. Stuck to their face on one side. Yeah.
Sweaty coochie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You smell like mayonnaise, got onions falling on your heels and shit. You out there barefoot.
Yeah. Ugh. And then when they eating, their eyes closed and they chewing.
Yeah, them the nasty ones though. Where the nasty ones at? Hey,
and
shout out to the nasty ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Then they pretend to be more drunk when they're attracted to you and shit when they ordering a hot dog and shit. You know, yeah. Shout out to them days.
Shout out to them.
Shout out.
Oh, Kyle putting the link in here. Kyle telling us this time we gotta wrap it up. All right, Kyle, we're gonna wrap it up, man. Great show, Fred. Appreciate Fred, man. Great interview. Appreciate the Queen Patty Dean putting it all together. and appreciate the young King.
Yeah.
King
So
coming in.
we know before we get out of here, we lost the last two guests. We lost Lil Flip and we lost just for scheduling, and not that they didn't want to come on the show, but Patty Dean had to go in her bag and be consistent. You know what I mean? Be consistent and nailed them. So like his assistant rescheduled him for the 12th because I told y'all yesterday, and then he ended up coming back on. So thank you to his team. Thank you, Lil Flip. Thank you, King Randall, and thank you, PPD. So it was amazing. So we got it done, and we got Coach Cam coming on. Y'all asked for her, we got her. So that was a request from y'all, and she'll be on tomorrow. That's exciting. And then we got Wesley Muhammad on Wednesday, right? Wednesday or Thursday? Is it Wednesday or is it Thursday? He's coming on.
You said Wednesday.
I don't have my schedule. It's either Wednesday or Thursday he's coming. I don't know if they back to back or we skip a day.
Yeah, I remember you saying Wednesday a few days ago.
It's Wednesday? Okay. It's Wednesday. We have him on Wednesday. Yeah. My schedule must be in. Oh, it's right there. Anyways, this one is. We'll go at Wednesday. How about that? So we're good.
Yes, indeed. All right, man. Get a fan bound some love, man. Kyle's gonna have a heart attack. He like, hey, Kyle, we just like you, man. It's hard to hang up the phone and say goodbye.
Yeah.
All right, let's see who we got first. We got the Queen, Patty Dean, at the bottom of the chat. Los Angeles is on, and the Queen too. Love is the word. She said, good night, all, and sweet dreams. Salute to the chat, Fred and DB. Salute to you. Yeah, she ready to go to sleep.
To all of you.
PPD.
Merry Christmas.
Guy came and got Phantom Brawler. He said, caught parts to the show. Enjoy ending it with y'all. Salute to Phantom Brawler. Let's see. Reggie Owens. Shout out to Reggie Owens. He said, nothing like LA Memory Lane. Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, Young World. Salute. Then slid in the building. And what's this? Oh, DB done put his link in there. Y'all go subscribe to DB. He done dropped his link in there. To Mr. Tennessee himself, Hustler Slim, my brother in the chat. Salute to you. Brother Code 10 in here with us. Like I said, y'all see my big brother Puncho in the chat right there. Sir Eli Zachary talks everything in there. Mike Weary, the great in the building. Big Mike in the building too. Jarvis, King JJ, Jarvis Johnson in the building. The boxing section, TBS. Salute to Kyle. We finna slide over there in a minute. My cousin D-Man Jr. done slid in. Pittsburgh, Cali in the house. Representing Boxing Barbecue. Shout out to Boxing and Barbecue. Came over, man, and then kicked it with us. Chi-Town in the building. Jaquan Pickett, a.k.a. JP, a.k.a. JQ, J. Let's see who else we got. I think we got everybody in the bottom. Boxer Sparring. Appreciate you coming out. Picasso driving. Oof, my brother Picasso. Be safe on that road. Vinny Shelby. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
And Vinny Shelby said, been in quite a few places, but ain't nothing like LA. Man, can you give him one more? Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Shout out to Vinny Shelby and my brother Yova holding it down the other side of Cali for us. What up, YV? All right. Matrix R in the building with us. 2. G Brown right here, homegrown. S. Riddle 45. J8, homegrown right here. Yeah, we got our folks, man, repping. KJ in the building, Kenlon Jones, California own. Let's see. We got Mike, we got you already. Aaron Butler, 262. Salute to you. What Jay says, sweat juice on that bitch. Okay. Let's see. Vinny Shelby, yeah, we got you. All right, man. And Mike Jones.
Who?
Mike Jones. Yeah. Brother Code 10, I see you right there too. Dave Jack, East Side, Detroit, 313. Money in the Ghetto, homegrown right here, repping 2 with us, man. I think we got everybody, man. Jay Dixon, he says, peace. And so Grease Box fans, yeah, right here, homegrown, man. CPT, South Central Brigade. Yes, indeed, man. So, yeah, appreciate everybody coming out, man. If y'all haven't already, Marvin Rollins Jr., welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Bang, bang. So we're going to slide over to the brother Kyle's, the boxing section, TBS. We're going to keep it rolling. Appreciate everything from you, Fred, from the chat, and my sis, Patty Dean. And hit that thumbs up on the way out. Peoples Hernandez, we waiting on you. Play the song, Fred!
Got you, man. Got you, man. Got you, man. Man, LA, man. Woo. Great city it is, man. Great city.
I come this way before. Travel through open door. Circumstances
Damn.
navigated the path. And life happened.
People Hernandez. People Hernandez. What's up, big homie? How you feel, man? You all right, man? How's your Monday coming? Everything good? You good? How was the show? Was the show okay? Did it live up to par? Did we do okay tonight? I guess we did great.
Hey! Peoples Hernandez in the building.
Hey, PPD, we ain't taking DB with us. All he gonna do is complain about why y'all eating that shit. Don't you know, Animal? We ain't taking him. Let that nigga go catch some kicks or something. Go catch some punches or something. You know what I mean? We going on our own.
Yeah, well, I can't go.
Hey, PPD, we can sell some sweaters out of that motherfucker. Shit, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? Hey. By the way, PPD, it's a whole new audience coming up to Leimert Park because Soul Folks is doing a lot of events, and I'm almost certain they're gonna do something for Nipsey this weekend. I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, I'll be glad to help you sell some stuff. So just let me know. Get up, open up your words now. It's the moment of truth.
No backing down.
We didn't get no calls tonight. What's up with that? I ain't getting no calls from y'all. I got TBA. We got
Maurice McElroy.
Maurice McElroy. Yeah. We had Reggie Williams. Yeah, we ain't had none of that, you know. So.
Jabbing the competition, back up against the ropes, you fighting for recognition. I'm fighting just to promote equality where we lacking, or cancer slowing our road. I'm confident we'll make it. We focus on common goals.
Gotta give back, give love. Waiting on that PPD interview. It's a birthday next week, so we'll rock out. It's a birthday next week. The second hour, we'll celebrate PPD. Cash App gonna be going ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
So play with no rehearsal. Take it personal. Cause the devil is a lie. Hey, I'm telling you the truth. Hey, it's all in what you do. Hey, some things you gotta do. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, love y'all, man. Thank you. What a show tonight. What a inspired. I'm inspired. You inspired, DB?
Extremely inspired. Ready to rock and roll.
Love you, man. Love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you, King.